Oh, hi, friends. Hello, everyone. Oh, what the heck? I don't know how that got in there. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Dragon Mount. I am Tom, and I will be by myself today for a few minutes here, just before I bring my friend in. But Crystal has the ick from the one of the many disease factories that she oversees throughout the day, whether it was her own or one of the many children that she sees as a teacher. As per usual, she and the whole house got the ick. Her husband is also a teacher, so they get it from so many directions. Yes, that is what it reminds me of. I do love this. It's a notebook. I keep I keep notes in it, but the paper is also really like nicely textured and stuff. I really like this notebook a lot. And you can actually take the pages out and replace it with fresh pages, which I really love. I think that's very important for all of these like fun journaly notebook things. I always like the ones that have replaceable pages. Anywho, I do have one special non-human guest that's going to be hanging out with us today, and it's Lanfear. I figured because we don't have a third camera in here with Crystal, we can let Lanfear be on the big camera. Which, yeah, we have our big cat cam today. So cute. Yes, she is. All right. So I wanted to start off today because, like I've said, a million times, even though we have a small platform, I think it's the responsibility of anyone that has a platform, especially when crazy nonsense is going on in the world, to call it out so that it doesn't get forgotten. Because if you want to hear a conspiracy theory that I have, stop me and ask me at a panel, or after a panel or at a convention or something. Not talking about things is what got us here in the first place. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but I think not facing things and not talking about things is what is a large contributing factor to how we got to where we are in the first place. But that being said, I saw a really fun. I saw a video that I really liked on TikTok today, and I figured I wanted to add our little bit to it. Hey, what's up, Rosa? So here's the little video. Some of you guys might recognize this guy. I wonder if y'all follow him too. I love this guy.
I'll use this damn platform for something. We, on behalf of the Lord of the Rings community, say fuck ice.
So yeah, that would be the Lord of the Rings guy on TikTok. He's been doing like random fun stuff on TikTok for a long time, but he really gained a lot of notoriety when he made a t-shirt that said in Elven, like, all are welcome here, and it had like elf ears in all different levels of melanin, and it had a reference to the LGBTQ on it as well. So he made those shirts, and Elijah Wood and Merry and Pippin, I know their names. It's in there, but they'll float around. They all wore them at like a con, and he exploded after that. But he does have a lot of fun Lord of the Rings facts, and I do like his takes on stuff. I'll put his name and stuff in the description after the video. But I want to say, and feel free, anyone, if you guys want to clip this or not, on behalf of the Wheel of Time community and dragonmount.com, fuck ice. So yeah, just wanted to say that. And we'll leave that alone for now. But I have a really, oh wait, hold on. First, we need our special guest, Lanfear, even though she looks like she wants to have none of our nonsense. And then our special non-furry two-legged guest.
Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
2 legs and no fur. This is true.
Fur.
It's a disadvantage.
It is. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, first of all, think of how warm you would be all the time. You'd be able to just be warm all the time.
I know. I almost had a four-legged furry friend, and she just left actually right before. She may find her way back in here at some point, but I think she and Lanfear would be friends.
Oh, sure. What's her name?
Well, her name is Tati. Tati, but she was originally Tasha Yar. She was from
Tasha
a
Yar.
yeah, she was from
Okay.
a litter of next gen kittens.
I love it.
Yes.
So obviously Lanfear is named after the daughter of night herself.
Naturally, she's perfect.
Yeah, I really feel like daughter of night is probably the best name for a female black cat.
It's great. Yeah.
For sure.
and accurate.
Yeah. But I saw you also flipping the bird backstage when I made my fuck ice comment, so I figured I'd give you a chance also if you would like.
Yep. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you guys. Oh God, I thought I lost everybody. I
you're here.
appreciate your newsletter that came out yesterday, very much so, and share the sentiment. And I think you're right. Anybody with a platform, anybody with a voice, in any way, shape, or form, platform or no platform, it's important to just call it out right now. I think that is one of the most important things we can do. That
Absolutely.
But in solidarity with people that we care about, people that we don't know, people that we just believe deserve human rights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't go too deep into my conspiracy theory, but I feel like especially people our age and like maybe 10 or 15 years younger, but definitely the older ages. Now, so I'm gonna ask you a question. It's a little, it's not like a trivia question, so don't worry. But it's I'm just curious because I've very often this aligns with a lot of people, and we're only going to stay on this topic for a little bit, and then we'll go on to our fun stuff. We do also need escapism every now and then because we are surrounded by this 24 hours a day. Sadly, we do live in the dumbest timeline, but it is important to have our escapism, and we will get there. But I do want to, it is important, like I said, to talk about. So, there are 3 things. Let's say you're a little kid sitting at the dinner table with your family. 3 things that if you were to talk about, your parents may say, "Oh, that's rude to bring up. Don't ask questions about that." Or that's not dinner table talk. Or, we don't talk about that. That's not something that you ask about or talk about. 3 topics.
I mean, I was a Midwesterner growing up in the, in the 80s. And yeah, I mean, Midwesterners are polite to a fault to the point of like, we don't really talk politics much, and I do with my family. I do now, but we didn't talk politics. We didn't talk money.
That's 2.
And I suppose we didn't talk religion.
That's 3. Yeah, and that's all 3 of them. And what would you say in the world today are the 3 biggest issues in the world?
Yeah. Politics, religion, and strangely, money is, but it's still not talked about.
No, yeah, it's not.
It's like, I mean, like people they're like, I don't have any and everything costs too much, but we aren't talking about this great divide that is continuing and that we perpetuate.
The largest gap in wealth inequality in the history of humans. But the big thing is mainly, and again, this is another slight aside. I hate when people use the word politics as like I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but like when people say, I don't want to talk about politics listen, everything is politics. Everything. Do you breathe air? Politics. Do you drink water? Politics. Do you talk to your neighbor? Politics. Do you walk outside your door? Politics. Everything is politics. Everything you breathe, speak, talk, eat, drink is politics. Something governs it. There's rules around it. And to ignore politics is to shut your eyes and hide under the covers and never move because everything is politics. So I hate when people say, I don't want to talk politics, when really what you mean is I don't want to tell you my true feelings on something because I'm afraid you're going to judge me.
Yeah.
And that is a large reason, because how many times in the past, I don't even know at this point, since like 2014, 2015, have you said, oh, wow, I never would have thought that person was crazy, or I never would have thought that person was this mean or this whatever.
Yeah.
And because no one has, they were never faced with having to defend their position or talk about their position. And I think it's a large contributing factor. And I go deeper saying that like it's a conspiracy. Like this was an organized effort to make us not talk about stuff like this so that it could fly under the radar for as long as possible.
For sure. I mean, and you go back to like Roman times, and I think that I can't quote this is from where it's from, and someone I see that Light Blinded Fool is in chat, so like
Ooh.
he's smarter than me, so he'll help me with this. But there is some whole story of like when the liberal arts colleges were created, like not created, but like in like the Romans created a liberal arts curriculum because it would keep people just informed enough to do certain things, but not pushing the boundaries outside of that to like challenge them.
Seeking to change their day-to-day which would make things harder for the ruling class.
Yes, exactly. Or something. So there's just like, I mean, this is like thousands of years that we've been, that our system has been in place to keep us from asking too many questions. And I think it is time people start asking questions, and like, don't be afraid if you're gonna, you might find out you do think differently than your neighbor, but God, isn't that the best thing to find out?
Yes.
Like there's a different point of view, and like, let's have a conversation about it and realize that like we have so much more in common. And in general, I still feel like most people are nice people who don't want to see people locked up and ripped away from their families, that they think that's bad. Even if like they think that politically that doesn't align with what they're supposed to agree with. So
also I insist on, like, anytime someone uses a term that dehumanizes somebody, like immigrant or like person, I always try to like person, human, woman, man, child, like make it's important, because when they can soften the language to distance themselves from the reality of it is when it becomes easier. But a new name in chat, Erin, which is a fantastic name. All your base are belong to us. I haven't thought about that fucking meme. Does anyone know that meme? All your base are belong. Somebody set us up the bomb. It was a really poorly translated, I want to say Sega Genesis game. And it was, someone just made a meme of just literally like a little clip of it playing, and it was just absolutely horrible. Like the translation was terrible and hilarious, but I haven't fucking thought about it in like a million years.
Oh my God, that's great. That's Sega Genesis. Wow.
16-bit, man, that was the shit back then.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so like I said, we're gonna get off this topic, but fuck ice. And I meant to have this website ready. There's a website, and I'm going to post it in a second, that you can, it basically finds your local politicians and tells you how to contact them and who to contact about what, how to find your local representatives and things like that. It makes you so that you can find your whoever your local people are, whoever your representatives are, and it tells you their phone numbers, their email addresses, and it even can give you like, do you want to complain about this, and gives you a template on how to do that. Like, should you leave a message, should you send an email, should you write a letter, and it's it's pretty great. So I'm going to put that in the chat here. So and I strongly encourage everyone to just call your local representatives and complain about these things that are, bothersome like this, and let them know. Just let them know.
And keep talking about it. Keep talking to each other. Keep talking to other, and I think so many people feel like they feel helpless, like there's nothing we can do. Like they're like, I'm really sad about everything that's happening right now, but I don't know what I can do. And sometimes going out and protesting feels like, okay, at least I've gone out, but did it do anything? And I know people are like, oh, does that make any difference? It does. It does.
It
Keep
absolutely
the conversation
does.
Present and talking about it.
You know what will never make a difference ever in 1,000 years? Not trying. That'll never make a difference. If it's even possible to make a difference, or you make even just a difference in a single person's life that overhears you. Yeah. That's important. And eventually our cumulative voices will make change. Just don't get disheartened, and just keep fighting, and vote. Please vote. In every election you can vote. Yes. Small, big, all of them. Yeah, especially the local elections. Your local elections are more important to day-to-day life than almost any elections. And especially so for judges. No one ever thinks about that, but the judges are the ones that make the laws in this country. They interpret the law and can change the law in their rulings and things like that. So it's important to pay attention when they're running for office, because many of them are elected into lifetime positions or 20-year or 10-year terms. So very important. So anyway.
And, talk to people about it too. And also like check a couple different voter guides, because sometimes one voter guide that you think you're aligned with might have some things that are I go through like 20 different voter guides every time.
Every single district in the country, you can request a ballot. So if you have an upcoming election, you can request a ballot, like an early ballot. They'll send you a test ballot, and then you can look at who's going to be on the ballot, and you can take your time and look up each name individually and like look into them if that's something that you want to do. But really, we really need to get to a place where we're getting like 90% turnouts for votes and not 20. Because that's the common, like the average turnout for voting, especially even in a presidential election, is below 40%. Even in the last couple of elections, it was only like, it was under 50%. It was like 47 or 48%. And those were hugely populated elections. Off Lanfear fucks for now. She'll be back. But anyway, like I said, we're not going to stay too long on this topic. We're going to move on to why we're here today. And that's for a blissful, loving distraction for the insanity that is our day-to-day life for now. But, just want to say, thoughts. I hate to say, I want to say thoughts and prayers, but good vibes and love, and as good as anyone could be right now to the family, especially the wife who saw everything of Renee Good and all of the people that have been displaced and hurt by fucking ice and all them. But on to why we're here. And why we're here is the Labyrinth 1986 film, and mainly David Bowie's gigantic bulge, because it's...
This is not a picture of the bulge. Oh, wait.
Oh, what do you got?
The bulge? Let's see.
I had
yeah, the bulge is here.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Here's Jareth.
Yeah. Oh shit! I didn't know they even made those.
Yeah, and it actually I'm bringing it in close, but
I
bulge,
see it. I could. Hold on. I'll make you. I'll make you solo so that you can. So that you can show it.
Ready, everybody. Not suitable for work.
That is humongous for a toy. They definitely put that there, very much so on purpose.
That is absolutely not an accident.
No, that was a purposeful design choice that they made.
I mean, isn't David Bowie in those tights the sexual awakening of most people who were alive at that time?
Many people had their sexual awakenings due to David Bowie in this movie.
Yes, they did. Oh, he's so wonderful.
So one of the things that I love about David Bowie is that the outfits that he wore in this are not different than his normal day-to-day outfits when he would, put on a show when he went out. Like, he didn't dress like that all the time, but he did have a style that was very much Goblin King-esque, I would say.
It was such an easy belief that's David Bowie. Like, it was just of course that's David Bowie. Of course David Bowie would play that character.
Oh yeah. David Bowie is just secretly the Goblin King. Yeah. My one of my favorite outfits that he did. I don't know why. Like, I was looking because I knew he wore weird, like crazy outfits, and I was looking up. Ooh, excuse me. I was looking up the different, some of the different ones that he wore. Ooh, wow, excuse me again. Over the years, and I found there was one I forgot where it was at some fashion show, but I don't know if it was because I was looking at it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or because it is mesmerizing that I was just staring at it for a long time. So I was like, I gotta bring this one up. But like,
oh, it's so good.
It's like, what his stuff reminds me of too? Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Very much so. Not just the way he looks or anything, but just the outlandishness of his outfits, like just the craziness that they are, and I love his self-expression.
Pushing personas, like different personas that he would perform as, and obviously pushing the fashion and pushing the makeup, and yeah.
And the one that always pops into my brain when I think of Lady Gaga's stuff is the meat dress that she wore, which was crazy. Lady
usually
Gaga
the first
reminds
thing
me
I
too.
think of too.
No. Also a fun fact, if anyone watched Face Off, Face Off. It was
with Nick Cage and John Travolta.
No, not the movie Face Off.
Yeah, the show, the reality show.
Yeah, the reality, the like movie monster reality makeup drag. What's the RuPaul's Drag Race basically, but for movie monster makeup is basically what it was. One of the judges and one of like the most Glenn Hetrick, who is one of the judges in that show, and he's also an incredibly talented and famous monster makeup person. He's done the new all the new Star Trek movies. He did Star Trek 31, Section 31, which was recent. He's done a lot of Guillermo del Toro movies. He did Star Trek Discovery, Charmed back in the day, tons of stuff. He was Lady Gaga's like helped her build her dresses and outfits and stuff like that. So that's just to give you an idea of the level of craziness that went into her stuff.
Yeah, he didn't work on. I don't think he worked on Frankenstein. My husband literally today went to this amazing exhibit of a bunch of behind the scenes stuff from Frankenstein that was down.
So jealous.
Yeah, I know. It was actually at the same place where the Wheel of Time costumes were when they were in LA.
That's awesome.
Which we went to see here, and then, yeah.
So this is a perfect opportunity to. So one of the things, I don't know if we did it when you were here last time, that we started doing is talking about something that we watched, read, or played, like a video game or whatever, recently.
Oh.
So is there anything that you've read or watched, like a movie or TV show or a book, or anything, or a video game, or a hobby that you did? Maybe you made a freaking napkin. I don't know. Just something that you did that was for yourself recently that you enjoyed that you think may be fun to talk about for a minute.
I mean, there's so many that I can't think of any. But yeah. I know what I mean. This is silly. This is dumb, but this is really, really fun. All right. So not everybody loves it, but I really enjoyed The Studio, the Seth Rogen show.
The Seth Rogen show won a bunch of awards too, didn't it?
It did. It just won a bunch of Golden Globes last night. But on Friday night, I went to like a for your consideration screening of the last 2 episodes, and I'd already seen it, so it was like rewatching it. But with Seth Rogen and Ike Barinholtz and Chase We Wonder and who else was there? Oh, and Evan Goldberg. So that's writing and directing partner. And it was, and I go to a lot of talkbacks. I go to a lot of these kind of things, like a lot of screenings with the cast and crew or whomever there.
Awesome.
This might have been my favorite talkback ever. It was just so delightful. And Seth Rogen is just such a fan of the industry. He's just such a fan of the industry. He is that character from that show. He's just like, he just loves Hollywood. And I was laughing and crying through the whole talkback so hard because, and there's a lot of humility there. Like you wouldn't expect that necessarily, but he's just like, you can tell he's kind of like, I can't believe I get to play in this sandbox. And it was really delightful. Yeah. So now I'm rewatching The Studio, which has been fun.
Oh yeah. The great show. Listening to him, like I've followed, so like I've always liked Seth Rogen, before he did any of his more serious stuff, which is really like, I mean, and The Studio is not even really like fully serious, but it is a little bit more, I hesitate to say adult intellectual than some of his other characters, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I've never seen him talk about a project though with the amount of passion and like interest that he talks about this one though, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you haven't seen The Studio, for sure, check it out. It's really cool. It's basically just about movie and TV making and things like that.
And I tend to be sometimes, I know a lot of people don't like sort of like industry centric shows because they're just so like, navel gazing and like, look at our industry. But it makes fun of our industry in a lot of ways. And then he was like, I couldn't make fun of it if I didn't love it as much as I love it. Like it's it's it is making fun of itself, but it's also doing it in a really loving way. I think it's really fun and charming and hilarious. And And so that was great. That was
I
great.
think you can tell when someone is poking fun at something and it's something that they feel strongly about, like they love or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not it's they're making fun of it because they don't like it. Like you could tell when someone makes fun of something out of love than when they do it out of maliciousness.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he did a fantastic job in this, and like I almost forgot, like when I was watching it, I almost forgot, even though it's still very much his voice. Like he does put a little bit of a voice on, but it's like you could close your eyes and you know it's Seth Rogen. I got lost in it though. I definitely got lost in it. I think he did a great job acting in it too. It might be one of his best acting roles that he's done.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. That's great.
I have watched and rewatched leading up to Thursday of last week, the Pit season 1.
I have still not seen it.
You need to watch it. Like
I know I'm a screenwriter in LA and I haven't seen it. I write for TV.
I can't believe it. That's insane.
The writing is not going out anywhere, right? No one's going to know that I just
no one will know. No one will know. It's just the internet. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
I won't, no spoilers. Even for the first season, I won't say nothing. But man, the acting is amazing. Noah Wyle is amazing. I really like what they're doing with the characters in this first bit. This isn't even really a spoiler. I think it's just because, so both seasons open up with a character traveling to the hospital. Not a spoiler.
Okay.
And it's the only time music plays ever in the entirety of both shows, except for during the ending credits. It's the only time music ever plays. There is no score to this show. Zero. There is not a single bit of music that plays at all ever throughout the show.
Wow.
It's a show that does not have a score, which I think is awesome. But when he's on his way into work in season 1, and when he's on Noah Wyle, and in season 2, he's listening to music. So that's the only time you hear music.
Okay.
This second time, though, for those who have seen it, and for those when you go to watch it, I encourage you to pay attention to the scene because it was interesting. So now he is the chief of an emergency room department. He's a very good doctor. We learned that through season 1. He's attentive. He's thoughtful. He's a general good person who's got some trauma going on, let's just say.
Mm-hmm.
But he's first of all, he's riding in on a motorcycle, which just by itself is dangerous. You know, most doctors don't do that. This is the opening scene. It's literally when the show plays, this is the first thing you see. Him on a motorcycle driving into work. And not wearing a helmet.
Oh God.
But the helmet is on the motorcycle, sitting on the back of the motorcycle. So my question is, if there's anyone in chat who has seen the first episode of season 2 or has a thought on this, do you think that was purposeful? Or do you think that was just, you know, like, are they trying to tell us something about his mindset by saying, here's this doctor
who has a death wish?
Yeah. Like it seems like he almost made a choice to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And then they make sure to show you the helmet when he goes into the hospital. He's carrying it.
So he's like telling people that he's wearing it. He's like projecting that he might wear it, but he actually isn't wearing it. And I checked in Georgia.
I forgot now though. I checked just before you popped into call like 20 minutes ago, but we were talking about so much stuff. If someone in chat wants to check for me, I don't think it's like you have to wear a helmet in Georgia. I don't think it's there. I mean, Pennsylvania. Sorry. I don't think you have to wear a helmet in Pennsylvania where the show takes place. So I'm curious I forgot to see if that was a law or not. But yeah, it's fantastic. It takes place in Pittsburgh. The hospital that they film in is a real hospital. They changed the name to whatever the name is in the show. But
interesting.
Absolutely wonderful show. All of the acting is amazing. If you like procedural type shows, this show is fucking wonderful. And the thing that I honestly, after like the 7th time of just letting the show play in the background, the thing that I noticed about it that really put me on my ass when I noticed it was how well they develop the individual characters with almost no exposition, no background story. You don't see them outside the hospital. You barely see them talking about personal things. All of these characters are fully fleshed out humans with complicated with everything that makes a human, the complicated backstory and things going on and different opinions and thoughts and feelings on things. And it was masterfully written and done. Just the character development alone.
Yeah.
I only honestly realized it like a couple of days ago when I was watching.
But that's
wow.
and that's what because you don't want it in your face, like you want to like get that on second watch of being like, oh my God, I know everything about these guys. They told me all of this without telling me. Like that's,
so well done.
That's great.
It's always great. I love seeing that when like, and we've talked about this for like, for books and stuff like, for instance, so do I have a copy of it up here? I don't. So we finished our first Dragon Mount book club book, which was The Sky on Fire by Jenn Lyons. Fantastic book. And one of the little lore bits that's in it, and this is the idea of just like a little tidbit that on the page only tells you very little, or on screen or what it is. But the implications of that and the thoughts that it provokes are huge. So like one of the really cool things that this conversation made me think of from that book was they wear all of the people in the societies there wear these things called garden rings. So they're like rings that they wear on their hands, but they have different designs on them. So think of, for our Wheel of Time fans in the house, think of the marriage knife from Abu Dar, where a woman would wear a marriage knife, or anyone, I'm guessing, like if you were, in a same-sex marriage, like anyone could wear the marriage knife. Traditionally, the women wear it though. And the marriage knife, depending on the color of the knife and the sheath, and if it has gems in it and what the gems are, and the cuts of the gems and the placement of the gems, all mean different things. And it's like that for these rings, but they're more universal. So like, they are slightly personal to each person, but they're universal in the sense of like, they tell you if the person, what sex they are, if they're open to partners, what partners they're looking for, what their job is, like the nonsense small talk that you would normally have with somebody are just displayed on their hands, on their fingers.
Wow.
And it's a really interesting concept, and it just adds so much to the characters, but also it tells you really interesting things when you think about it, about the society, things that they value, things that they don't value, like the way they view conversation and things like that. It just creates a thought-provoking process in your head that is so much deeper than just what she wrote on the page or what you see on the screen. And I love little things. Those are some of my favorite little bits of stories that stick in there.
It's a really great little world building thing of just like, this is a world where people don't need the small talk because they can look at somebody's ring and get the information that they need so they can focus on a different part of the conversation. But it's also just like that sort of specificity makes you feel like you're actually reading about a real place, not somebody's creation,
It feels lived in.
It's really cool. I love that. I haven't read it. Now you got me intrigued. I want to go find it.
It is wonderful. I still have some copies left to give away. I like to keep, when I do giveaways, I usually keep like one or two of whatever the giveaway is, so that like, in the future I could, if I go to grab something random, I could be like, oh, this is the first book that we did when we did the thing, and I can give that away. So I still have a couple left, and we'll let chat decide if I should send you one by the end of the show. So chat, at the end of the show, I'll ask y'all if I should send Jenn Sedai one of the signed copies that I still have.
I gotta earn it. Make me earn it.
Yeah. And I will say, no full announcement yet, but you will soon see the book that we've chosen for our second book club book. We're going to be starting that in February. So if you're not a member of the Dragon Mount Patreon, go and check out the Dragon Mount Patreon. You can even sign up for free, and free members can participate in the book club. Tor's already promised me books, so we will be getting books for our next book. Yep. And we will release information on how we're going to give those away and things. I'm not sure if I can get those signed, but we'll see. I was able to get Jenn signed because we were both at a convention together. So I was like, and I knew she was going to be there. So I was like, let me grab, hey, will you sign all these books that I have that Tor sent me for you? But
oh, that's awesome. That's really great.
Then the other cool thing that we do at the end of each book that we're going to do. So we're doing a book a quarter, except we've offset our quarters by a month. So the way we're doing a quarter now is going to be February, March, April, and then so on and so forth. I just don't want to get into a spot where I'm trying to schedule an author interview and events for the book club during the holidays again.
Mm-mm.
And also Wada Holiday for our real-time fans. If you don't know what Wada Holiday is, just Google WOT, WOTA holiday, and you'll find it. We do there's a thing that the real-time community does every year, 24-hour live stream, chat for charity, ton of fun. I think we raised like $7,000 or something like that this year for the Prague Shakespeare Company and a UK charity that raises money for children to get food and stuff like
before
that.
school. Yeah. Like for kids that can't get
for free lunch or whatever. So
Yeah.
fantastic thing. It's a ton of fun. It's all real-time content creators and lots of people from the sphere, other, super fans and viewers and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to have to do that again. So we've shifted everything over for a month. So we got a month before we start the new book, and we'll announce it soon. And just follow the Dragon Mount Patreon. Like I said, you can sign up for free. You'll gain access to a bunch of stuff, even on the free tier, including the book club, but also the Dragon Mount video game servers that we host. So we host servers for like Minecraft, Enshrouded, which is a fun game. If you like open world survival games with RPG mechanics. V Rising, which is another fun open world survival game. I just spun up because one of our patrons asked for a Conan Exiles server, which is it's a open world survival craft game set in the world of Conan.
Wow.
I never played it until like this last year, and it's a ton of fun. It's an older game, but often on sale on like Hummel Bundle and stuff like that. So
great.
Ton of fun. Anyway, yes, make sure to check out the Dragon Mount Patreon. And we do a ton of other stuff on there too. We have a bunch of different tiers and things. We did a rebrand not too long ago. And for the book club, Tor sponsors it, so they send us books. So if you're the only people that can participate in the book club now are patron members, which is where you'll find all the information for that. With that, I want to get everybody ready for the movie. So Erin is going to share a link in chat, which will link you to our Discord, and it will link you directly to the channel where where you'll find the instructions on how to join the live stream. And we're going to get ready to do the live stream soon. If you don't want to join the Discord, and you want to follow along just on your by yourself, lining up the movie to our thing, I will have a handy dandy clock. Boom, like here, right in the bottom of my screen over here. So I will align the time on the clock to the time in the movie. I skipped over the credits in the beginning. This is a 1986 movie, so they have the opening credits of 2 minutes and 59 seconds of just, the actors and producers and stuff in the beginning, which was interesting because Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which we watched a couple weeks ago, did not have any credits in the beginning. It just said Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Steve Martin, John Candy, and right into the movie, which was, I forgot that they did that. Oh, that's okay. We will be putting the book club streams on up on YouTube and stuff like that for the author interviews after the patrons get their exclusive front row seats to the interview where you can participate in the Q&A. I haven't seen a book club where at the end of it you get to have a Q&A with the author. And that's going to be the shtick with our book clubs. So we just did our first one. We talked to Jenn Lyons. We had a ton of fun. Next will be the next person when, you see it. Crystal, what's up, Crystal? What's going on? Wrong account. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't say your name. I don't even see you anymore. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, so we'll get the Erin should be sharing the link in chat here any second for the instructions. Oh, I have to start the stage. That's why she didn't do it yet. Sorry, Erin. So when was this one of the movies when you were a kid, Labyrinth? Was that one of the movies that you were like obsessed with, or was it not one of your obsession movies?
Well, I loved it as a kid. And so my husband would say, like, Dark Crystal is the reason he became a filmmaker, I think is what he would say.
Okay.
More than Labyrinth, on just, I think, on the level of like it, whatever. I think like the creepiness of it and the weirdness of it and the sort of like non-typical storytelling, I think really sort of spoke to him at the time. But both of them we absolutely loved. Individually, we didn't know each other when we were children. That would be weird. Well, that be weird, but I would say that I got more obsessed with it as I got older because it became even more special to me on a lot of levels, but also like the brilliance of it became more obvious to me the older I got as well, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm wearing, I was going to say, I told you earlier, Tom, I was going to wear my Labyrinth shirt, and then I realized, oh yeah, I grew out of that. I can't wear it anymore. I have a Labyrinth shirt that has the worm and it says hello, but I'm wearing my Electric Mayhem t-shirt. So
Yay!
I've got some Muppet representation happening. So
I'm wearing
you know.
a Star Wars t-shirt because
Nice.
the patrons voted for the next show we're going to watch during our rewatch. So we took a long break from TV shows for like the last month or so and just watch movies because I didn't want to start a new show right at the end of the year. Figured I'd wait till the new year. So, but the vote came down between the new this new show called The Great, which I haven't watched yet. Do I have the thumbnail in here still? I don't have the thumbnail in here still. But it's a comedy show that's basically Catherine the Great, it's
right, yes, with
yep.
Is Elle Fanning?
Elle
Yes, Elle
Fanning,
Fanning.
yep. Yep, and Nicholas Hoult.
Yes.
Which I fucking love Nicholas Hoult.
He's amazing.
But it looked really funny, but like I said, the patrons spoke, and we're going to be watching Star Wars The Clone Wars, the animated series. Season 2, though. I skipped over season 1 because
like, how
season
many?
1 is it's 22 episodes.
Yeah. As long as you're jumping straight into season 2. I'm like, if you're going to watch all 7 seasons plus like Bad Batch is technically season 8, right?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, you're in for a long haul. No, great. Season 2.
Yeah, just season 2. I fucking absolutely love the Clone Wars. I love the writing in it, like Dave Filoni when he took over and Jon Favreau when he started lending hand to it. Just absolutely phenomenal. And as a bit of Star Wars news, I don't know if anyone heard this week. So Kathleen Kennedy announced a while ago, she's been in charge of the Star Wars, the arm of the Star Wars filmmaking and TV show arm of Lucasfilm for a long time. And however you feel about the last few movies or whatever, she's done a great job. Like all of the successful things from Star Wars also she had a hand into. So I will say she did a great job. I did enjoy the sequel trilogy. I mean, it has issues, and I have a lot of issues with it, mainly for how dirty they did Finn. And I hated the Kylo Rey relationship thing. I hated it, but I'm super excited for Daisy Ridley to come back for the new movies that they're making. But that being said, Kathleen Kennedy announced about a year ago that she was stepping down, and this week was the day that she stepped down. And who is stepping into her place but Dave Filoni? So Dave Filoni is going to be the new Kevin Feige, essentially, of Star Wars. And I could not be happy.
Happier.
Oh,
Happier.
Happy. Yeah. I'm super excited. Super duper excited. Fucking love that man.
And Kathleen, she really championed Andor. I mean, I'm such a fan of Andor as a series. And yeah.
If it wasn't, Dave Filoni of Avatar: The Last Airbender fame. Not a lot of people remember he wrote and directed like the first half of the first season before he was pulled off and went on to Clone Wars. But he is responsible in a big way for the early success of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Abso-freaking-lutely, Rapunzel. Thank you for reminding me about that because I definitely forgot. But yeah, no, fucking that man's brain is absolutely wonderful. And if you want another fun little tidbit, one of my favorite movies ever is The Chef. I don't know if it's still streaming on Netflix, but it was a Netflix original, I think.
Oh, with Favreau?
Favreau played
it's
a chef.
Fucking great, yes.
So great. It's a great feel-good movie. It's not even sad. It's just a great feel-good movie.
Yeah.
It's like PG-13. A guy is a chef at a French restaurant, and he basically hates it, and shit hits the fan. He quits and starts a food truck. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
When they made that movie, the guy that coached Favreau on the cooking and the kitchen etiquette and like the atmosphere of the kitchen in the movie, his name is Roy Choi. Yeah, super famous. I love that man also. The two of them became super good friends while making that movie. And Jon Favreau fell in love with cooking. Now he cooks all the time. And he's like on his own, like a very good chef. Like, and that's not according to me. That's according to Wolfgang Puck and Roy Choi. and other super famous chefs that he has cooked for and met. But there's an episode. So while they were making that thing, they fell in love with cooking and loved cooking together, and they were having so much fun that they were like, we should record this and show people. So they made a show called The Chef Show, where the two of them cook mostly in Jon Favreau's house and bullshit. It's not teaching you how to cook, though I did learn a lot listening to just Roy Choi's offhand comments. But their interactions with each other is a ton of fun. But there's an episode, I want to say it's like in the first season or series or whatever they call it, where they go, Jon Favreau has to go back to Skywalker Ranch to record some lines because he did a lot of voice acting in the Clone Wars and Rebels. I think it was for Vizsla, the Death Watch guard Mandalorian that he played. I forgot the first name. Vizsla is the last name though. He was a bad guy. He had the dark saber in the show. So he had to go back to record there, and Roy Choi was like, why don't we just film the episode there? Isn't it like a real farm? And they were like, yeah, like they have cows and like every vegetable. Like, yeah, let's do that. So they brought some like oysters that they caught from at the beginning of the episode. They went to some guy that Roy Choi knows and like went out themselves and picked the oysters and then brought them to the farm and made stuff there. But Filoni came down and cooked with them and hung out with them. And it was such a fun episode. And the little back and forths that they had were just great. Like talking about Star Wars and talking about Iron Man and like, the Marvel MCU. It was absolutely, if you haven't seen it, go and watch even just that one episode. Like I said, just a cooking show. Yeah. There's nothing you have to build up to or go watch previously. Okay,
I have to start the name dropping right now. I have to start before we even get started in the movie, because my one of my very good friends is an amazing chef. He works now for David Chang. For the Momofuku fame, but he was working for Roy at the time. He was working for Roy Choi. So he is the food stylist for Chef. And so anything you see on camera on Chef, Jude made, and he's also in the movie briefly. He plays a waiter very briefly in the French restaurant at the very beginning.
That's awesome.
And walks through and the food, Roy Choi food and David Chang food, unparalleled. Like, yeah, and could just watch them cook it all day. Wasn't that the same show where he interviewed when he had Gwyneth Paltrow on, and he was like something about blah 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 Spider-Man, and she was like, I wasn't in Spider-Man, and he was like, you were in Spider-Man, and she was like, no, I wasn't.
No, I wasn't. Was I? Yeah. Oh, maybe it was a clip or something. She says. Yes. So the timer is paused because I haven't started the movie yet.
Right.
So I will give everyone a countdown for the movie in a sec. I just didn't want to do it, when we were in the middle of a tangent. But before we start the movie, I do want to start talking about one thing that I noticed when rewatching this, because I hadn't watched this movie in more than 10 years, since I was in New York, at least, since I lived in New York, which is at least more than 10 years ago, which is depressing. I will never be from Florida, by the way. I will ever. I'm from New York. Every time it's like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, New York. And they're like, oh, where do you live now? I'm like, in Florida. Like, so you're from New York. I currently live in Florida. That's how I introduce myself to people, because I can't bring myself to do it. But I did see someone asking about the Dragon Mount Patreon. Yes, we do have a free tier. Patreon won't let us make an actual free tier, but you can sign up for free, and then we have to manually give you rights on like the Discord and stuff like that. So if you do want to sign up for free and you want to join the video game server or follow along on Discord with the Patreon stuff, if we don't give it to you, because Rapunzel is really good on giving people the permissions, and I check occasionally as well. But if we don't give them to you quick enough, just shoot either me or someone in one of the other administrators in Discord, and we can get you the correct permissions for the free tier. But yeah, we have a $1 tier, $5 tier, $10 tier, $20 tier, and there's a ton of rewards that we do for them. So, including a personal movie night to hang out with me and watch a movie. It's not like this. It's just for the we don't stream it. It's just for the patrons. We watched Fifth Element a couple weeks ago, which was
nice.
One of my favorite movies. All right, so we're gonna get ready for the movie. So I'll give everyone a countdown here in a second. I just need to get the timer pulled up. Okay, there. Timer's ready. Movie ready. So I'll give everyone like a 3, 2, 1, and then I'll press play. So if you're in the watch party, which Erin will share the link to again in a second, the instructions on how to join the watch party. You don't have to do anything, just watch, and you can adjust the volume for yourself. The subtitles are on, so and they will stay on because we have them on. And then I will align the timer if you want to follow along that way. So let's go. I will give everyone a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and play. Should be playing, and the timer is going, and we are lined up. Yay! Okay, so we're good. So there's a lot that I noticed watching this movie in the beginning when she's in her bedroom specifically, like when before she goes into the labyrinth. So many Easter eggs that I did not realize were there. Like we started going a little crazy with the Wheel of Time, pause and enhance and zoom and like look at every little detail that I almost just do it all the time when I'm watching stuff now. Like I'm looking in the background more than I'm looking in the foreground of shots. And I have to often stop myself from doing that.
I know it's hard. There's especially stuff like this. I mean, there's just like, there's so much to look at. It's hard not to. And also once you've seen it a few times, it's like fun to do that while you're watching it because you know where the story's going.
Oh yeah, that's why I like to rewatch stuff. Like some people, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not gonna munch on anyone's bunch of crunch. If you don't like to rewatch things, that's your thing. That's cool.
Yep.
I love watching and rewatching things. I'm sure that has to do with my mental health issues, but also I like to do stuff like that. Like where you're usually looking at the main focal point. Like here, you'd be looking at her and the dog as they cross the street. I like to look at that car. Is it pulling up? Does the license plate say anything? What's on that trash can over there? And like, what's going on in that window? Is there any displays that's up? And sometimes you see fucking gems that are really fun and interesting. For instance, one that I never noticed, but was super interesting, which I thought was a lot of fun. They're all, when I put the images in here, they all got jumbled together. I had them in order. StreamYard doesn't like to do what I tell it to do. Sorry about that. Where is it? There we go. Look at that. That dog is so fluffy. I want to hug him. Not all, but the main Muppets that are in the movie are in her room. All of them. Slightly different than they are in the movie, but like, so here's a stuffed animal that's in her room
that looks like a fiery.
Yeah, there it is. And then where's the other one? Okay, so here's another stuffed animal. You only really get it from this angle. That's like the best angle that you get it from. But what does that look like?
Dr. Didymus.
Yeah, fantastic. Fucking, I love this character too. I love his voice.
Sir Didymus.
Fucking fantastic. So good. Then this is the one that I really was like surprised when I saw it because it was so out of place. Or is it this one? No, but this is interesting too. She's got the crown on, looks very interesting for later. Where this is it. There he is.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. I never knew he was there. I didn't I was like, holy shit, that's just straight up him. Like, and that's like,
yeah. And the music box that she's playing is the song from the dance scene with David Bowie.
Shit, I never.
Music box version.
I did not notice that. There's so many freaking things that you could pick out from this. So, and there's David Bowie and her on the from a newspaper clipping there on the screen. The other one that we passed by quickly was I can't remember his name, but this guy. This was a bookend.
Is it Hoggle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like there he is, right there on the left.
That's great.
But it was a bookend for a second there, right next to Snow White.
Yeah.
And the Grimm fairy tales, all very specifically chosen books sitting there.
And Didymus looks a little bit like, Didymus's dog, the dog that he's riding, Ambrosia, looks a lot like her dog in the real world as well.
Yep, there he is.
Which is like, it plays into the whole like the Wizard of Oz. Oh, Toby. It plays into the Wizard of Oz aspect of like, is this in her imagination or is it real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
which harkens back to our when we watched Agatha all along, like and we made this comment, I think, not me, I think, like, this comment was made by guests a couple of times while we were watching that show, that it's very Labyrinth-esque in the way that it's shot and the cinematography and the lighting and things like that. And I 100% think that too. 100% feels like Teen's Room and Agatha all along. 100%. I wonder if I still have how many of those images I still have on my computer, or if I got them ready to dump into the Dragonmount Patreon. That's another thing I do on the Patreon, is I like dump all of my like research images and stuff like that, as I like all these pictures that I take and things like that onto them when I'm done with the show. Yeah, there's his room, but very much similar in vein.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All the same kind of, like, all the hints are there that you don't know that you're looking at.
Yeah. Until the end, when you see just the phases of the moon everywhere and things like that. Yeah. I love it.
Oh,
I know.
all right. So I'm gonna do my first name drop, which is that I've known Toby since he was 15 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a friend. He's a friend of ours, and I mean, he's a grown up now. Yeah, obviously, but I did not know him when he was a baby Toby, but he was still a teenager Toby when I knew him. I'm friends with his parents, and Brian and Mikey are the costume, and like all of the designs in this are Brian Froud's designs, which is why Toby was the baby they used in the movie. And and he's an amazing, incredible puppeteer and puppet builder and storyteller and movie maker on his own right now as a grown-up. Yeah.
I love this. Was always one of my favorite scenes as a kid, like the scene when they're all talking to each other, which is why I used it for our thumbnail. Yeah. But I this movie, Dark Crystal, and then just the Muppets in general are like made me fall in love with just practical effects and movie making and stuff like that. I love it. Yeah. So much. Yeah. And funny enough, practical effects often end up looking better and are cheaper than digital effects in movies. They're just they take longer and take a specific kinds of artists and things like that they usually don't want to spring for.
And it's often more upfront, like it's costs more upfront, and it requires you to know where you're going and have it ready so that you can use it while you're shooting it. Yeah. It's not, you can't fix it in post necessarily, but I mean, also, especially when you're dealing with something like this, where you've got a child actor, a teenage actor as the lead in this film, like, can you imagine her, like having to act to a tennis ball rather than to the actual puppet? Yeah. Like it really does impact the performance of the people who are there. And
1,000%.
Yeah.
That was one of the saddest things that I ever heard in my life, was when Ian McKellen was talking about filming The Hobbit. And
my God. This is the most heartbreaking story. I don't want I'm going to not listen because it breaks my heart.
I won't go too deep into it, but let's just say he cried. Like, he was very, like, he broke down while filming because he was just by himself in a big green room. And like, he's like, this is not acting. I did not like this. And it's not that he was being like gatekeepery or pompous. It was more like, I don't like, he doesn't have any energy. There's no energy in the room. There's no other people there to feed on and to like build off of. And it was miserable and he hated it. And I'm glad that they're moving away from that type of computer generation.
But it's interesting because that is like with Hobbit, they built two bag ends. They built a small bag end that Ian McKellen was in, so he looked ginormous in it, and they built the normal size bag end that the dwarves and Bilbo would look the right size in. And that was the problem, was like all the dwarves could be together. And he was like, it was so heartbreaking because you had all of the dwarves together with Bilbo having these interactions. And then I had to film my scenes separately because I was in the little one to make me look big. And I didn't get that acting with everybody that I wanted to do. And it is all effects, but it's also like, what do you do when you're trying to make him look that much bigger than everybody? And and I think that it didn't have the same impact. And when they were doing Lord of the Rings, they did more in-camera cheats, but they also perfected the process so that they could build a whole second set the second time, really not thinking how that would have an impact on him as an actor. I know it's so heartbreaking when he tells that story, and he was like, I was depressed at the beginning of the filming of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a fun fact, it's a common misconception about when he in the Fellowship of the Ring, not the Hobbit, when he bumps his head on the wall in Bilbo's house, scripted, not an accident that they left it. I think that was scripted.
Right.
That he
It's not
debunked
like
that. Yeah, he debunked that in in A New Hope when he hits his head on the door. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, fucking love those scenes are great.
And also these are not David Bowie's hands. I know you know this one, but those are not David Bowie's hands doing this. The amazing
had his arm under his armpits.
And he's doing it in front of him. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so incredible.
He could not get the hang of it. He tried, he said, but he could not get the hang of it.
Yeah. It's so
when we were talking about the practical effects before, I forgot that I had saved this picture. So this is a picture of Vecna from the recent season of Stranger Things. This isn't a spoiler or anything. I mean, we know he's alive. He's in all of the promos. And he's done 1,000 fucking interviews. But I love it's the mixture of the practical and the digital that I like that they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it adds a lot to it and it enables them to do a lot. And I feel like it's not even because it's like, oh, we're using a little bit of both. It's just, this is probably the best marriage of the two. And if you go and watch the current season of Stranger Things, which was phenomenal, by the way, I do want to bring something up about that, but I'll wait till after we're done with this movie. So let me remind myself with a Post-it for that later. But I think they did it perfectly with the way they did the effects in the show. There's the amount of practical effects are just phenomenal, and they only add to it. So another thing that was in her room, by the way, in reference to this, the labyrinth, the actual fucking labyrinth was there. It was just sitting there. It's one of those things that you always used to get for Christmas. I feel like some ant, like ants that you never see, is the two knobs on the sides that tilt the table. I used to get that often, like a gift like that, like one of those like puzzle things, like that was something like that, or the tub of popcorn that had the 3 flavors of popcorn in it. That was the 2 gifts that I would get from, like,
divided into triangles. Yes.
Yep. Like from like the aunt or uncle or whoever that you never see, and they only see them during like Christmas or whatever.
Right. Also, I love that she says about the labyrinth. She's like, it doesn't look that hard, which is what you all think when you got that gift, and then you tried it, and it was really, really hard and frustrating. Yeah.
So frustrating.
Yes.
I love that they use a mix, like Jim Henson, freaking genius, man. And the whole special effects team in this movie is just great. I love that they use a mixture of they even use digital effects, and that was a digital effect right there. Her flying at the screen like that, digital effect. That was a digital special effects in freaking 1986. I love seeing it.
Jim was he was cutting edge with technology, and
super cutting edge.
First CG character the Muppets 3D has the bee. That was in Muppets 3D, and that was like the first CG character to be used in that way, and in that kind of not a movie, but like it was the movie for Muppets 3D. And there's a lot in this that's being done that was really cutting edge. Dark Crystal, incredible cutting edge stuff in that.
Huge. And when you can tell that somebody is like the best in their field, or even just like their invention or their publishing house or whatever it is when they're used in everything. So like, for instance, Lucasfilm, like go and look up special effects in almost every single movie that came out from like 1970 to like 1995. And if it had special effects in it, whether they were practical or digital, it was ILM that did it. And still to this day do most things, but there are other things. Though I saw a really interesting interview. I think it was Boris Karloff. Was it Boris Karloff that was like really good at he did the makeup too?
Did he also do his own makeup?
I don't think it was him. Maybe I always confuse the names. It wasn't Karloff. It was someone else. There was it's one of those old monster actors.
Maybe it was.
One of them, Lon Chaney. That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
Norman Garden knows because me and Norman Garden have talked about this before, I think, or I've talked about it in the past. Lon Chaney, Jim Henson and Lon Chaney were like the person that was talking about them, put them together in their ingenuity in the way that they did things. Lon Chaney was able to pull things off with a camera in the 20s and makeup in the 20s that they still cannot figure out how he did.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And
it's so amazing.
Jim Henson is just as much of a genius in the same way. And I forgot who was talking about it. I think it was when they were making the new Dark Crystal show or movie that I never seen still. That the director or the special effects designer on that was compared the two of them was talking.
Oh, that's cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the new Dark Crystal, so the first Dark Crystal had Brian and Wendy Fratt. It was all Brian's designs and creations. The new one they also worked on, and then Toby actually came back to work on the new Dark Crystal movie with the Henson Company, which was also sort of amazing. So little baby Toby grew up to make Dark Crystal characters.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Jim was always like, everybody's like, well, he did puppets, but he did so much more, and he was always trying to push the envelope, and he was always trying to do something new and innovative that like no one had ever done before.
Cool.
All of his films are like that, which is incredible. Yeah. This is
the Wheel of Time turns. Yeah.
The
music, the Wheel of Time turns. Yeah. The music is fantastic in this movie too. Is something I I knew the music was good. I mean, I'm not even talking about the David Bowie stuff. I'm just talking about the scores for things like this.
Oh, yeah.
The only one that fucks me up is the one from earlier, and I couldn't even talk while it was playing. It was like the cacophony of like the different string instruments that they do when the things were. Yeah,
is this Trevor Jones or is Trevor Jones just just Dark Crystal? I can't remember.
I don't think he did this. I don't think he did this too.
Yeah.
I
don't think so either.
I don't have the crew up on my.
I had it. Hang on, I'll have it. I've got it right here somewhere. Hang on, it's right here. Okay. Composer.
So
it is Trevor Jones. It is Trevor Jones.
It is him? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trevor Jones is also one of those composers that you don't know that you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like from so many fucking things.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you about to get it? Okay.
Yep.
This one
I love the worm has always been my favorite character. Always been my favorite character.
So the worm is puppeteered by Karen Prell, who also puppeteers Red Fraggle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who happens to be one of my very best friends in the world. And this is a picture of me and Karen at Disneyland.
Oh my
many years ago together that I like.
Awesome.
It sits on my desk all the time.
Yeah.
And she worked on this with her husband at the time, Mike Quinn, and their business partner, Dave Barkley, do so much puppeteering throughout this, which is really, really fun. I did not know them then. I knew them after. And I was like, you're my friend now. And you're kind of amazing. And this is like one of the most influential movies ever. And like, now I know you and this is really cool. So sorry to be name droppy, but also like, it's really fun when you meet your heroes and they're actually amazing people. Yeah.
I mean, it's not often that my guest is that connected to the property that we're doing. Like a couple of times I've gotten actors and stuff like that, but like it most often it's just, two fans that have very little connection to the thing. But when we have a connection, it's fantastic to mine it all day.
Absolutely. But it's
name drop all day. I don't
care. Thank you. I don't mean to be name dropping, but I mean, I'm a fan too. Like that's what's crazy is like, I never stop being a fan of the work we do. Even like when I know when it's happening, like even now, like when people are doing things, I'm still a fan of the thing. It's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great to love what we're doing and be excited by it. Yeah.
That was always that's kind of like, it was kind of the, one of the jump off points for the way I format this show, the rewatch that we do is, the way I used to help build programming when I helped with the programming at JordanCon years ago, was I was a big proponent for mixing up our panelists on different things. Because prior to when we started mixing things up, all of the authors and writers did panels on the writer's track. And all of the other tracks they had kind of unofficially labeled as fan tracks. And they were fan panelists. And none of the professional panelists were on any of those panels. And why not? Like, why? Like, I think personally, sitting on a panel, listening to a fan panelist, an author of a urban fantasy series, a professional cosplayer, and a voice actor talk about their shared love of Star Wars, the Clone Wars cartoon series would be fantastic to listen to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So much more so than just four random people, like I think. But yeah, so that was kind of the idea for this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's also, like I said, I mean, I'm a fan. I guess I'm a fan first because obviously I was a child and I was a fan of things before I was like a grown up who could do a job, you know? So
exactly.
like,
and you're still a fan. You still consume media. It's not like you stop being a fan of things.
Yeah. And you were saying, you're saying about like rewatching things. And, I know plenty of people who don't like to watch something more than once. And that's
me too.
Fine. But I also, I find my comfort things. Like I reread Wheel of Time a gazillion times. I like to watch the things I love over and over again. And this is one for us. We actually got to go to a screening of this in LA. I mean, I can tell you how long ago. So I have a 16-year-old now. It was like the night he lost his first tooth. And we went with Karen. And it was like, we got to go to watch the movie with Karen. And then Karen went up and did a panel and talked about working on Labyrinth. And like, I vividly remember we went out to eat first and, my kid lost his first tooth. It was like really exciting. So
that's fun.
11
That's
years
really
ago
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something that happened recently that I'm sad that I missed. Macaulay Culkin recently went around the country, like on a tour, screening Home Alone and then doing a Q&A and stuff afterwards like that. And I'm sad that I missed that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Your mother is an aardvark. Yeah. Sorry.
Aaron says the song is giving Fraggle Rock. Absolutely.
100%.
It is. It's so great. I love that song so much.
100% giving Fraggle Rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this. This was easily one of my favorites. I used to sing this song all the time when I was a kid. This was one of the only songs that I enjoyed from like movies like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the line, you remind me of the babe, what babe, the babe of the power, what power? Like, it's
power of
one of the best lines of
voodoo.
Cinema ever.
Oh yeah. And then, I mean, obviously David Bowie.
And David Bowie.
Yeah. Like there's nothing else to say. You don't need to say anything else.
I know.
When it comes to music and him, like that's it.
Yep.
I can see Agenor doing these kinds of dances while making chocolates. Oh my God. a comedic montage of Agenor dancing around his laboratory, like making the Powerpuff Girls, but making Trollocs, like a dash of Boar, a dash of Raven over here.
If Bowie had survived and we were still casting the show and Agenor was going to be in there, we would like, I love this. I love Bowie for Agenor. It's really fun. Sort of joyous Agenor.
It's a really like, he's almost like a mixture of Agenor and Asmodean. For our if there's any non-Wheel of Time fans in the audience, which I doubt there is, but these are two villains from the Wheel of Time that we're talking about. One's a biologist essentially, and the other one is a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Bio musician.
An ex-prodigy musician, an ex-child prodigy, Asmodean, because that's a different type of mental person. Like, it just conjures a different vision in your head when you ex-child prodigy. It's a different type of person. So, Aaron, I had this pulled up to share before. So one of the things that the patrons do is vote on random things that we do. I always like to poll people for that. And the patrons are going to get to do a lot of polls, and giggity. One of them every year is going to be Aaron and I do a holiday card every year. And in the past, do I still have the old ones in here? I don't have them up. Aaron, if you could send me the one from this year that people will be getting soon, but we could show the people in chat right now, I think. We send out a fun holiday card, usually themed for like something that we like, a movie or, you know, whatever the holiday is. But we're going to be focusing on, like, we focus mainly on like the birth of it was to focus on movies that we like.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a couple of the ones that we've done in the past, and we sent these to patrons in the past as well. So this was the first one we did. This one was just to our friends. It was a very quick thing. We were just, thankfully we have Sith robes and lightsabers just sitting around. So we just jumped in our closet and did that. But then we did this one, which is a reference to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The really old uncle and aunt that are in the movie.
Yes, but also loving the Nightmare Before Christmas wreath on your door.
I was hoping no one ever noticed it yet. Yeah, it's my favorite wreath. And then the one that we did last year was Wookiee Life Day.
Oh my god. God.
Yes. It
Did
was
you know that the holiday special is on Disney Plus now, I think?
Yes, it is. You can watch the original Star Wars holiday special that people swore didn't exist.
Yes.
You could watch it on Disney Plus. They have it on there. Right. So then we had the patrons vote on what the theme should be this year, and they voted for Jurassic Park.
Oh my god. I love it.
This was the one that we did this year.
Must go faster. Jeff Goldblum and Lanfear in the mirror. That's perfect.
Yeah. I put the movie on and I was like, I need to find a scene that would be fun to do. I was originally just going to put on a T-Rex costume and chase Aaron around, but then I was watching it and this came to me and I was like, I'm making this. So this was our thing for this year. Kind of fun.
It's a good thing Megan's not here. My sister Meg, she's Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park is her forever love. Forever pitter patter.
I feel like definitely was probably a between Jurassic Park and The Mummy was a little bit of the pansexual awakening for me for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are so great.
I love these hands.
Karen and Mike were did the hands with our other friend Dave Barkley, and they were
That's so awesome.
You know, I mean, I can't even imagine the, you know, like, because they were so up in each other's business too, to have all their hands like together.
Yeah,
this is a lot of fun.
And like, even if they're behind the walls, they have to be right on top of each other, so it's not like yeah.
Oh, puppeteers know how to use deodorant and shower a lot because you're in each other's armpits all the time. It's very true. It is very true.
Oh yeah.
Well,
which reminds me of one of the best things I ever heard. Erin will remember the story. She'll tell me who the actors were. I don't remember who the actors were. I think it was not Kristen Stewart. The one that played, that's Elsa.
Oh, Idina Menzel?
No. Anna.
Oh, Kristen Bell.
I think it was Kristen Bell and someone that she was acting with, but I don't remember. No, it was David Boreanaz and Sarah Michelle Gellar. They used to eat Doritos and onions and garlic and stuff before they had kissing scenes to fuck with each other. They did it on purpose though, like with each other. It was like a thing, you know.
That's great.
But that made me think of that. I can only imagine. And so I have some behind the scenes pictures that are, it's a little immersion breaking because, you know, one of the big things that Jim Henson was very, very gung-ho about was he never wanted people to see the puppeteers. So like if you wanted the Muppets for the Oscars, which they tried to get them on a lot, they could never do then because they were like, okay, so you're going to cut a hole in the stage so the puppeteers can go down in the hole. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you just stand behind them and walk around. And he's like, absolutely not. And he refused.
Yeah.
But you could see how close these people are to each other and like on top of each other when they're, you know, doing some of these scenes here. Like,
so that's Brian in the front center. That's Brian Henson, Jim's son, in front of Jim. And Brian is also the puppeteer who's doing Hoggle as we were watching him right now, but also did goblins because everybody does everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
I'm so glad you're here for this one and so knowledgeable. I love your brain.
Oh, it's such a good movie. I love this movie so much.
Dave, I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even thinking about David Bowie eating garlic for the irony of being a vampire. I didn't think about
That's
that.
really funny, actually. Uh,
I like the all of the voice acting is fun in this movie too.
it's great. It's great. Plastic, which we say in my house pretty much every day. If we see plastic, we always have to say it like that.
Oh yeah, obviously. Oh my God, I used to try to do this all the time as a kid too. All the time. I would put flat things on the wall and then try to open them like a door. All the time. All the time. You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
Oh, it's so great.
So great.
So great.
The costuming was great in this. Like, just there was so much more to this movie that I forgot. I'm glad that we ended up doing this movie, because like, if you would have asked me before I rewatched it, like yesterday and today a bunch, I would have been like, yeah, it's okay. Like, well, what do you think of Labyrinth? That's all right. But I have a definite more of an appreciation for things as we go through doing this with them, because I'm paying so much more attention to them to find, like, little tidbits here and there to share things. And it just, seeing some of the cinematography and the set design, like we said, and just like the effort that went into making this look not like a set and more like a real place. Yeah. Like the dirt on the floor here. Yeah. Like it's very well trodden, and it doesn't look fresh, and it's dirty. Like it's not just sand of one color, like it's just little things like that. I love the effort that they put into it.
So Wendy Froud, who's married to Brian Froud, who designed a lot of the costumes, or built rather a lot of the costumes. She built the original Yoda. She was one of the builders of the original Yoda. Yes, that's which awesome. Is amazing. And then she builds these today. She builds these absolutely beautiful. I have a few of her things here, but I'm not going to pull them out. But she builds these beautiful, beautiful dolls that are like sort of fairy dolls, but she distresses the costumes, and sometimes by burying them, like you take the fabric and you bury it for a while first, and like you take it back out of the dirt after several days, or you bury it and you put water on it and like allow it to be lived in, and it's like you look at Hoggle's costume and he doesn't look fresh. He looks like he's been rolling around, and the
weathering is phenomenal. Just on like something like his white shirt, like it doesn't look pristine. Even David Bowie's costume doesn't look pristine and fresh. It looks like an article of clothing that he owns and wears.
It looks lived in. Yeah. And
I think,
God, I love him so much. I love his voice.
The lack of making things look lived in or dirtying up or roughing up of things is always just like a missed thing when you see it in movies. Like when you see someone walk on set with a costume on and it just looks like they just bought that shirt, or like it's still, it's got those crisp folds and things,
the lines in it. Yeah.
I think Hoggle, I marked it. Rapunzel asked a question: was Hoggle a person in a costume or a puppeteer? It's a mixture of both. Yeah, it's actually a mixture of very complex things. So it's a puppeteer in the general sense of a puppeteer in a lot of things, like somebody moving around pieces of it. But then it had a very complex animatronic face.
So one of the things that Jim
plus a person in it.
Yeah. So there's a little person in the costume who's physically moving around. When you see Hoggle walking around and running and doing anything, that's an actor in a suit. But the face, even at that point, is still controlled by radio servos. And so like inside the face, like every expression that Hoggle can make inside the face has an electronic servo behind it. And then those were radio controlled. And so Brian Henson is performing like the lip flap and the mouth of Hoggle, and he's voicing Hoggle. But then someone else is also there. Like Brian might be able to do the lip flap and maybe the eyes, but then you've got eyebrows and you've got cheeks and you've got things going up. So you have a second performer and they work in tandem, and it's just magical because they, like they can create a full performance with 3 different humans reading each other's minds. It's
Oh yeah.
it's really incredible.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's a thing that no one really thinks about when it comes to these types of movies. It's its own art form
Mhm.
to be able to just, you think about it, a mouth puppeteer, to make it look convincing, like the person is talking, getting the timing right, the patterning right,
Mhm.
like the rhythm correct.
Yeah, and so
Much goes into that.
Yeah, Geeky Hippie mentions it, right, like the Ugnaught in season 1 of Mando is this. So this is really cool because there's all these Henson connections here. So, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Yep.
early Ninja Turtles were, you had a person in a suit, in fact, 2 different usually suit performers. One suit performer for most of the acting. Like a friend of mine was Michelangelo for most of them, but he doesn't
That's
do
awesome.
martial arts. So someone else is in the suit when he's actually doing the full martial arts. But then you also have.
Do you know,
ahead.
did they have I don't remember. I watched so many things on it. Did they have different suits for the martial arts and for the general acting, or was it just the one suit?
I think it was 2 different suits, probably
Okay.
because it was probably a lot more flexible and
Yeah.
probably not as camera ready, because it was always going to be really fast, and as opposed to the close-ups when you saw the guy who was just walking around in it. I think.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
remember
sure.
the actor who was in, I think it was the Donatello costume, was, complaining about how horrible it was in there because it was so sweaty and gross.
Oh,
So it would
yeah.
suck so bad if you had to like jump into a costume with someone else's
gross sweat
pools of sweat in it from being
Yeah.
the kung fu scene.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Exactly.
That would be horrible.
And so Henson now has this amazing digital system. It's called the Henson Digital Performance HDPS. Henson
I found a skinned Ninja Turtle head.
Oh my God! There you go. There it is. You can see all the servos in there, and you can
Yep.
see, because they do the thing with the nose, and so you can
And the
see
eyes. And,
Yep. Oh, that's fantastic.
The
And look
teeth
at all
are the most terrifying thing.
right, and then look at
Those
all
are
the
terrifying.
incredible. So this is one of the older ones, and it has all
Yep.
these incredible servos, and it's like such a monstrosity piece of
Yep.
machinery. They have a
That's
system
what
now
they wore. That's a backpack that they wore under their shell too, in the underneath it.
That's terrifying, Rapunzel says. And now they can do that with digital characters, where they have the digital system is, you have a puppeteer on the side who is performing, lip flap and saying words, but you're seeing a digital version of it. So you can go straight to animation, but you still have an actor on the set in the volume in a costume who's walking around to do the body parts, and they work in tandem. And so like Misty Rojas is the actor who does the Ugnaught in Mandalorian, but she also does Sid the Science Kid from the show that Henson was doing several years ago, and a bunch of other shows that Henson does. And suit performers are so amazingly talented at what they do, because that's a whole other game right there too. Yeah. Oh, and I love these guys as well.
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
Someone asked, someone said, I've always wondered what this is reference to. Is the bird head guy like something from history or folklore? I'm not sure. Do you know?
I don't know. I know I've seen sketches of like Jim's sketches or Brian's, actually.
They call him the wise man or something like that, right? Yeah.
But a lot of this was pulled from a lot of stuff. I mean, Brian Froud's work is steeped in, British folklore and fairies and goblins and gnomes and that sort of
the Grimm
level
fairy
of
tales and all the they had all the books in the room there. So
yeah. A lot of these things go on tour as well. Like you can see some of these puppets and costumes are still out there, and there's an amazing museum in Atlanta called the Puppetry Arts Museum that is basically all just Jim Henson stuff. I mean, I highly recommend people going if they happen to be in the Atlanta area.
Speaking, does he have his puppet with him? Oh no, I can't tell what he has. So Darren commonly has his. Oh shit, what's his? Oh, he's gonna be so mad at me in chat. What's his dragon's name? Oh man, he has a dragon puppet that he brings with him to all the conventions, and his name is stuck in my brain right now. Sorry, Darren. Tell me what your puppet's name is. I forgot because I'm terrible. He always brings him out, busts him out for things, and he sits on panels with him and stuff when he does panels.
Oh, that's great.
He's a ton of fun with him.
That's great. That's great. Oh, these bitey guys are so mean to Ludo.
Yeah.
Oh.
I always mostly identified with him. Ralph. Yes, Ralph. Ralph. He has a little bit of a lisp.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great.
Oh man. That just reminded me of something I was thinking of yesterday. This is a weird tangent to go to, but because I said lisp, it made me remember it. I was watching Shawshank Redemption, and and I was like, oh man, this movie hits so differently if you change up the narrator, especially if you make it. So I don't know why I thought Mike Tyson when I was sitting there. I don't know what made me think about Mike Tyson. Probably was a TikTok I saw or something, but it even changes some of the things that are like hopeful and like good to like scary if Mike Tyson says it. So one of the one that really drove it home for me was he says, "Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane." But now if you say it, now picture Mike Tyson saying it in his voice. And if you've never seen Mike Tyson in an interview, just Google Mike Tyson 1990s interview, and they're either horrible, like super misogynistic and terrible, or terrifying, where he tells people he's going to eat them or their children. And
yeah.
Or here's another good one. Some birds are meant to be caged. Mike Tyson saying that in his low, lispy voice is terrifying to me. Terrifying. Anyway.
Oh.
I have a fun picture of him too from behind the scenes. Where is it? I definitely uploaded this one. I saw it in there. Son of a bitch. I really need to clean.
Ludo's.
He is. He's awesome. I need to clean out this freaking StreamYard picture repository that's in here. I have so many freaking pictures in here. Ah, there it is. It's him sans his face.
Oh my God.
And look at, I love that the puppeteer is just hiding in there too.
Yes.
So this puppet, I read it, and stop me if I'm wrong, if you know any more about it, because you know so much about these things. It's another mixture of manual puppeteering and radio servos and stuff like that. So the face is actually partially manually puppeteered by the person inside the costume, and you can see the mechanisms for some of that, like around the edges there. They're like the wires that would pull the mouth open and things. They're just not attached right there. But I love seeing that stuff.
I know. It
doesn't ruin it for me too.
It doesn't. I mean, I guess
for me, it adds to the magic.
It does. It adds to the magic because it's also like, how did you make me care this much about these characters that not when you know how it's done? And also, I don't know. I feel like people who are making these are, like, you're seeing how the sausage is made, but you're also in it and having fun and caring about these characters. I mean, you watch old Muppet Show stuff and you watch stuff like this, and the actors who are actually performing to the puppets, not to the puppeteer, it makes a huge difference. And like, you can know there's somebody underneath there, but you can still like have a conversation with Miss Piggy and actually feel like you're having a conversation with Miss Piggy. I think that and those are the magical moments that we always remember. Yeah.
I loved seeing Jim Henson and some of the other actors like on talk shows and stuff when they would bring the puppets with them. And like, so many, I can't tell you, like, I know I can recall Conan O'Brien saying it. I can recall David Letterman saying it. I forgot that English guy's name.
Oh, Graham Norton.
No, I love him. Dark hair, younger. He actually has lots of tattoos. He was on the Drew Carey show. He was like his boss. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
He was in English. He did a talk show for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of them are like, they would be talking to Jim Henson and Kermit would be talking. And then they would just start talking to Kermit or to Miss Piggy or to Gonzo, whoever he had, and forget that it was a puppet. And they were like, I can recall Conan O'Brien being like, I'm talking to a fucking puppet. Like he was just like, I'm talking to a puppet. What am I doing? Like,
it is
And
like,
Craig Ferguson, that's it. Thank you,
Yes.
Rapunzel. Craig first, that's his name.
yes,
Ferguson.
yes, yeah.
But you would never notice, covered in tattoos, the guy. Like if you Google Craig Ferguson tattoos, arms, full sleeves, he's obsessed. The guy loves tattoos.
That's great.
Yeah, really, that was mind-boggling when I saw that.
And he's the voice of the uncle in How to Train Your Dragon, the animated How to Train Your Dragon. I think the uncle, not the father. I think he's the uncle. Anyway,
The one that's missing all his body parts.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think so, yeah.
that is him. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my book open here too. If I find anything good, it won't be as good because I can't put it on the screen, but I'll pull up some things too. Oh yeah. Speaking of, we were having the conversation about Star Wars. You know.
Oh my God. Oh my, so young.
George, I know, baby George.
Baby George Lucas.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Noman Garden said before that Ludo's a lot like Loyal and 100%. Very much loyal.
Yes. Oh.
But also, you know what he reminds me of a lot? And I often used to call the guy on the cover of Where the Wild Things Are. Ludo.
Another Henson project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Henson do the puppets for Where the Wild Things Are? I want to say yes, I should know this, and I'm embarrassed to say that I'm sure they did. For the movie. The movie was amazing.
For the movie. The one that came out in like late 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw that movie, to tell you the truth.
It was good.
Was it not you? I forgot who said it. Someone said that I know maybe it was Light Blinded Fool. It was like, oh, and his name starts with an L too. Yeah. I mean, like, hey, listen, that's a really cheap effect. And you know, as big of a budget and as big of a movie this was for the people that are in it and the people that were behind the camera making it, still, you know, studios did not believe in these types of movies.
Studios still don't believe in these types of movies. I mean,
barely.
like, you know, we're lucky that we have, you know, I mean, however you may feel about the Disney Lucas film of it all, like Disney's still letting us put money into Star Wars. And, you know, I mean, again, like pushing technology, but the you know, the way that they're shooting Mandalorian, and then they're like, okay, we're going to not do that. And we're going to like build everything practically for Andor. And they're still, but you know, so we have some people believing in off the beaten path movies and shows, and that's great, but it's also still not an easy sell.
Yeah. I hate, like, it feels like they almost won't make anything now unless it has an established IP attached.
Yeah.
Hence, I don't even know, all the stupid something just came out that was like, why are they making this? I forgot what it was.
But they do, but then the things that really take off and that, you know, become the thing everybody's talking about is, you know, the Stranger Things of it. Like you know, it's yeah.
I'm glad to see that Sinners won a couple of things at the Golden Globes last night.
Yeah.
He plays such a good creep.
I know.
He really does.
So good and so charming at it. You know, it's a little like Ishy, right? Like it's, you know, he definitely gives off Ishy vibes, right, with the costuming and everything as well. But it's, you know, it's really charming. Love
another fantastic music too. I love this song.
It's really hard for me to not bop around while we're watching this.
Bop away.
Thank you.
This is a full bop zone.
This is so good.
With us.
These puppets are similar. So my husband and I were housemates.
I think we found one of his sleep paralysis demons. Or these things. Maybe.
Oh no, you hate the scene. It is scary.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted.
I was just saying, what my husband was a puppet builder at the Muppets, and for his senior thesis project in high school, in college, he built a puppet that was similar to these, which require a couple of puppeteers to work together. So somebody has the skis, like their feet attached like skis, so they can pick up their feet and move the feet, and then someone else is behind them holding the arm rods that come out of the elbows of these guys so
Yeah.
you can move their hands around. And he needed an assistant puppeteer for his senior project. And so I said, I'll do it. And so there was
Cool.
me and my husband before we were dating wearing
Oh, I was
skin
gonna
tight.
ask.
Yeah. Before we were dating
Okay.
wearing skin tight green screen suits, like with our spooning each other so I could
Yeah.
puppeteer the arms around him. And now we have 2 kids.
That's fantastic.
So be careful what you sign up for.
Oh
It'll
yeah.
change your life.
Yeah, that's wonderful though. Oh, by the way, the budget for this movie was $25 million. In 1986, that was a lot of fucking money. Puppeteering is very romantic.
It's very romantic.
It's a great out of context quote.
Yes.
This scene is about Egwene dealing with the Saladar Six. That's funny.
Right.
I've never seen them referred to as the Saladar Six either.
I like that.
I do like that.
I do.
Like the Salem Seven. Also, I'm curious. Has any of the Wheel of Time fans here seen like an uptick in like small creators reading the Wheel of Time book for the first time? Like I keep seeing like people popping up on my For You page of like, oh, so I just started reading this book and like, you know, it's the Wheel of Time, or oh, I just finished book 2, and it's like, oh, like I fucking love this, man. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here you should check out this website that has been around for 29 years.
Right. This little, you know, just for a minute.
Yeah. Are they referred to as the Saladar Six in the books? I don't remember
I don't think
that.
so.
I mean, it's entirely possible, but I don't remember that.
They will be henceforth known as
The
the
Saladar
Saladar Six.
I love how everything is covered in a layer of glitter here too. I don't know why I enjoy it, but I do enjoy it. Oh, I got it right. I forgot. Rapunzel made that suggestion of the worm. So a labyrinth theme for maybe next year's Halloween card, holiday card. I'll write that down. That'll be maybe one of the votes for the patrons.
That's great.
And then if you are a patron and you want to give us your address, we may, send you gifts and things. First off, like the holiday cards. No need to say how old Dragon Mount is. It is. It's been around for a minute.
Did you say 25?
28 or
28.
It was 28 this last year.
2025.
It was 28 years old.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's insanity. Is what it is.
Yes. Oh no.
The I think this scene is what gave me, I forgot, I was trying to remember what it's called. I can't remember. The thing where you don't the thing where you don't like mouth sounds. I forgot what it's called.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know what this is.
It has a name, like when mouth sounds like get you inordinately angry.
Sure. Yes, there is. Yes, Messenchance or something, or
Misinphonia. There you go.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah.
I feel like this scene might have been. Thanks, Snowman Garden. I feel like this scene might have been what did it for me. It's not even the farting that bothers me. It's the belching and the mouth smacking and like the sound of those geysers or whatever you want to call them, opening and closing. Just I got chills. When they started doing it. I was like, ugh.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those people that I will take it for so long and then I will snap and be like, shut the
Yeah. I was one of those kids who, like, I was a very polite child. But I remember vividly going to a friend's house, like my parents' friends, but they were friends of mine as well. And we drove home from there and my dad was so mad at me. I was really little. I was like 7 or 8 and he was so angry with me. And I was like, why are you mad at me? And he was just like, because you were so obnoxious. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like polite and saying thank you. And he was like, you were sitting over there at the counter just going like all night. And he was like, and to this day, now that sound makes me crazy as well. I'm one of those people who's just like, can you not do that while we're eating at the table, please?
Yeah, I never get why people like when you see people like actually listen to that for ASMR type sounds. And,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. No.
oh, thank you.
Nope.
I have yet to see an ASMR video that I am like, oh, I like that sound, and I want to sit here and listen to it.
Yeah.
I love him. I love this character. I've definitely made D&D characters that are just entirely him.
Yeah.
I had a gnome that was selling he was a bard, but his like I like making bards that don't play instruments. So
Okay.
he was a door-to-door cappuccino machine salesman. He was his performance was sales.
Yeah, I love that. That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great.
I've had a stand-up comedian and a what's it called? Interpretive dance. Also.
Hey, a bard's job is to get the point across in some way that's, convinces people. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great. That's great. Oh, be nice to Ludo.
I know. He's always getting picked on, I feel like.
I know.
And he's got that face. Like they know they did that on purpose with the eyebrows. Like got two looks.
Yeah.
Just blank or sad with the eyebrows. That's it. That's all the eyebrows do. I don't think they go the other way for angry. I think it's just the arch for sad.
Yeah. It's so great.
Another great piece of music.
Yes.
It's like the concept for Puss in Boots almost.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this movie is also one of the movies that like made me appreciate music and singing in movies, but also turned me off from like the type of movie where the characters break into song and no one notices that they're singing. It's just like happens and then they go back to not sing. I hate those.
Yeah. Yeah. But my dad, again, I remember my dad being like, I was obsessed with Grease when I was really little. And he was like, but why are they singing the same song in different parts of the school? They don't know what the other people are singing. This makes no sense.
I would have said that.
Yes.
As
well, you'll be happy to know that the mandate currently in LA, the Hollywood request, of course, everybody wants the new K-pop Demon Hunters, but they were like, what we want is a musical where there's a reason why the people are singing, that it's not just random, but there's an actual reason. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah, same. Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Love Pitch Perfect, but that's one of those. It's not a musical, but music and singing are a huge part of the film. Yeah. But it's not like they just the set falls away and they're singing and dancing, and doing a number, and then the set rolls back in and they go back into the scene. I hate that.
Exactly. The closest is the riff off, and it's like you can get it because you're like, yeah, sure, you're doing a riff off. It's a thing. It's a talent.
And but the characters are playing that game.
Exactly.
It's not like this ethereal thing that's happening that no one notices is happening.
Yes.
She's got some crazy balance too, let me just say.
Yeah.
If her name is if she was a Aes Sedai, what Aja would she be? I feel like the knee-jerk response is like blue or green.
I was like green. I was with green. I mean, because she does kind of go to battle to get Toby back.
Yeah.
But she's pretty single-minded. So maybe maybe blue. I've always so this in this shot, she's about to step on the rock. And I've always been like, but the rock rolled through this stinky
Why isn't it wet?
stuff. Isn't it going to be on her shoes? It's still going to be stinky. I've always been worried because and now it comes up through the water. I'm like, it's not dry.
That's incredible. Sarah's a green. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I definitely, I'm definitely
with you, Leia.
I could see that.
I'm with you, Leia. Yeah.
The only argument I could see for anything else, I feel like, is a blue, but I could see that. I see the green, and these are all her warders.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
She is collecting many of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, someone just said about this. Oh, No One Garden just said about the Strange New Worlds musical episode. Oh my God, it was so phenomenal, wasn't
So
it?
good.
I loved
Yes.
it so much. I
Such
loved
a
it
good
so much.
show.
And such a funny, great premise of why they had to sing and like what,
Mhm.
it's just delightful. It's delightful.
They did a good job in Buffy too. Buffy had a good one too. Oh yeah, that's why everyone was saying Buffy. I was like trying to figure out why everyone was saying Buffy, the musical episode. What is it? Let There Be Bunnies or something like that, or
That might be right.
something like that. Yeah, another great, because they had an in story reason for singing as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah, they were cursed or something, right? I
Yeah.
feel like. Yeah.
By a demon or something like that.
Yeah.
Did they do? Now I'm confused. Were there two music? Was there a Buffy music episode and an Angel episode, or
There was an angel puppet episode.
I don't
Right?
remember the puppet episode.
Yeah, there's an angel puppet episode,
been
I
so
think,
long.
where and it's Henson puppets.
That's fun.
Yeah. I'm
Once
pretty sure.
More with Feeling. That's what it was. Oh, I'm thinking the bunnies thing. We saw an improv group at a convention. Actually, the convention I met Darren, who is in chat, at the improv group was called Once More with Bunnies.
Oh, that's funny.
That's why I said
That's
that.
great.
That's Aaron remembers.
Oh, that's right. Rapunzel says, yeah, Strange New Worlds has a puppet episode coming up. That's true. That is
That's
true.
exciting. I love those silly episodes for things, especially when they make an in-world reason. Like I loved Supernatural has some of my favorites too. When they do the one where they come out of the show.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you've never seen it? Okay.
I've seen part of Supernatural, but I haven't watched it all.
Love that show. So there's one where an angel pulls some shit on them and they like are doing a scene and then all of a sudden it cuts and it's like they're on a set and they're on the set of Supernatural and he's Jared Padalecki and he's Jensen Ackles and Jensen is like, what's a Padalecki? It's like, it's fucking phenomenal.
That's great.
And it's really, really funny.
That's great. I watched the pilot of Supernatural while I was at Comic-Con. Like they were showing an early screening of it. And it scared me so much that I didn't watch the show. And everybody was like, the pilot was so much scarier than the rest of the show. You should have watched it.
100% Snow White. The Snow White reference here. I mean, they had the Snow White book right in the beginning too. Like, if they didn't make a Snow White reference, it would have been bad. Where's the book? Oh yeah, there it is. Snow White.
Yep.
Oh, I saw another book on a shelf. I forgot to bring this up before in her room that I was like, the fuck is that doing there? The Judge Dredd box set, like for the comics.
There's a but I feel like there's a reason for that.
Is there? Okay. And then Ludo there and all
remember what.
I couldn't remember if there was a reason for Judge Dredd. I was like, is there a Judge Dredd tie here somehow?
Yeah. It might just be for the okay, I'm looking back. I feel like somebody is connected to that.
Oh, someone like in that like is an artist or someone on the movie. Okay.
I think.
Oh, by the way, it's actually, I forgot. I wrote this down in my notes too. It's a board game, not a comic book. Oh, that's the Judge Dredd board game.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I have the image of the. See, that's why I like Past Tom. Past Tom sometimes gets the thing right. Past Tom found the front of the box for the board game. If StreamYard ever wants to load it, there it is. That's the front of the box.
Well, this is the item along with others like a Ludo board game box, a stuffed animal that resembles Ludo, pictures of her mother that inform the appearance of the Goblin King, serves to ground the fantastic. Okay, wait, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm reading AI. Don't listen to anything I'm saying. La 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 la. We'll start over. I'll find a better one.
I was looking through the trivia to see if anyone said anything. I watched like an old documentary that came out in the 90s that was the making of someone recorded it off of television, put it on YouTube. And I watched that and it didn't reference it.
No, I know. I don't know that I've actually seen anything referenced because I've seen some of those yeah, they're like When you watch it on YouTube, it's clearly somebody recorded it off of television and is
Yeah.
playing it back on their VHS. Yes, I actually still do have a VHS. It's right here next to me.
Oh, me too. I still have one. I have several tapes. So I had a friend back in the day that worked at a comic shop, and he had, like, this is in the 90s. He had a friend in Japan that used to send him recorded off of Japanese television subbed anime. It's like I watched Dragon Ball Z in like the early 1990s when it was still coming out on Japanese TV before they ported it over here.
Wow.
He had like a little shelf in the comic book shop and the card shop where he would sell rent the VHSs.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's fun.
For you come in for $1, you could take one of the VHSs. So we would, there was like 7 or 8 episodes on each VHS, and they had the Japanese commercials, which was phenomenal.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Leah's like, what can you imagine being Jennifer Connelly filming this scene? This scene is always like, this is just like,
I love this scene.
Such a romantic, like, yes, this is one of those scenes that I watch and I'm just like, I want someone to look at me the way David Bowie looks at her.
Okay, that's
and that's
fair.
also
That's
creepy
fair.
because she was like 16, but it's also wonderful.
Very creepy. See, I get a totally different feel from this scene, but like I probably different when I was a kid. I don't recall though. But like now, all I could think about is like, this is a fairy ball. Run. Don't eat anything. Don't take anything from anybody.
Exactly.
Don't say yes to any. Don't even say the word yes. Just run.
Yes.
These fairies are going to tie you to a contract. Run away.
I know. The masks in this are so incredible.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
And she's, she's so beautiful in this. Her costume and her hair.
God.
And
how many proms were Labyrinth themed after this movie? So many. For sure. Wait, oh shit, that is her in Requiem for a Dream. I completely forgot that was her. Shit, I haven't seen Requiem for a Dream in a long time. If you don't know what that movie is and you've never seen it, don't.
I've been afraid to see that movie since it came out. I have not seen it. I'm so afraid to see it.
It's one of those movies. It's like a Clockwork Orange. It's like, a horrible movie, not like poorly made, but like, very.
The trailer creeped me out and I was like, nope. I know right out of there.
It's a very heavy film. Yes. This is where Lydia got her screen name from. Didymus. Yes. This is where it comes from. It is not surprising. A mutual friend of ours that just so happened to move to Florida like a month after we did.
Oh, wow.
And transitioned while a teacher in Florida public schools.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Wow.
And didn't get fired or anything.
It's awesome.
Yeah. The school, the school actually supported her. I mean, it shouldn't be surprising.
Well, of course, but in Florida at certain times in our recent history, it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Always. Trans people exist. Trans people deserve rights just like everybody else. And if you don't think so, you can just see yourself out. This was how, so anyone who's played D&D and knows the Curse of Strahd module adventure, there's a hag that is when you first meet her, she's selling pies or something, or tarts. And I used a picture of her. I used this a picture of this character from this scene to be that character in the thing.
That's great. That's great. I love this. I do. I love this. I love this character. Karen helped puppeteer this character as well. And I love the junk lady and I love the trappings of go back to your safe world. Here's your lipstick. Here's your teddy bear. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. I love, I love the how well that this movie holds up because of the practical effects. And since this movie was originally a film, like they could very easily clean up the very low quality for the for our time special effects, digital special effects, to make them look less jarring to the flow of the rest of the movie. But that's a really there's a whole I saw a documentary on it. So when digital filmmaking, and you will probably know more about this than I do, but when digital filmmaking became a thing, there was such a gung-ho push for it that they a lot of studios started filming things with only digitally, and they weren't there. Those films, the films that were filmed digitally, are not able to be restored.
Yeah.
In a way, like where you find they'll do a re-release of Labyrinth, and it'll be updated to 1080p quality, and all of the, like I said, all of the digital effects and stuff will be redone and made to look better, or at least don't look so out of place. And they can do that when the movie is done on regular film, because they can literally manually take it apart. But often in the initial digital age, they only recorded it digitally, so they would have to manually take the scenes apart with digitally and then put them back together to remake them, and that's far too much work that it would for what it would be worth. So there's a whole list of movies that just can't be remade digitally, like upscaled, and there's a lot of surprising ones on there. It's really right on the border where the digital filming and the film filming crossed over.
Yeah. And because it was the beginning of them also, like they were like, well, we don't, we can not shoot this section on film because it's all going to be in the computer. It's all going to be, and it's, they would still transfer it to film, but you can't go back and make that better.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I like how she's getting her own backpack of crap.
Yes. Yeah.
This this scene always made me excited for when my dad did carpentry and construction and stuff like that. So like we did all of the work on like my house growing up, like as a kid. So every time we took down a wall, I was expecting there to be a secret passage behind.
I remember that same feeling, actually. Yeah. My bathroom in the house I grew up in always felt like I was like behind this mirror, because I could never quite figure out like how the walls matched. And I was like, I feel like there's a secret passage back here. My parents literally just gutted that bathroom and there was no secret passage. So many decades of devastation I've been dealing with.
we found one cool thing. We took down one of the sheetrock walls, and there was a plaster wall from the original house because it was built in like the 1920s, and someone painted this big beach scene on it. I have a picture, a Polaroid of it somewhere.
Wow.
We say we cut the sheetrock or the plaster wall out because it was one of those. It was like this old house.
Yeah.
So like the early American houses had those slats with the plaster that they would mud over it.
Plaster and lath right here behind you.
Yep.
Right behind me. Yep.
Yeah, yep. That was one of the old. That was the one that was in our house, had this big beach scene painted on it. Like it wasn't like really super amazing or anything, but it was well done, and it was just a really cool thing to find randomly behind a wall.
We just we have our house is built in 1931, and we have it's a Spanish revival style, and we have a little tiny fireplace, like with a little bit of a lip around the fireplace. We moved into this house 23 years ago, and I've always thought that it was like a weird brown brick. And just recently we looked at it, we were like, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? Like little flecks of white in the brick, and we realized someone had painted over Mexican tiles.
Oh my
Beautiful, like handmade Mexican tiles. So I've now scraped all the paint off, and it's back to the original, which is
stuff
lovely,
that people. I feel like it was probably in the 70s, because I feel like the shit that people did in the 70s on interior design is criminal.
Yeah, just to like cover it all up. And I was like, what are you thinking? These literally handmade Mexican tiles. They're so gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh God, so many D&D references, and so many like you could see. So like, so Erin had said she's never seen this before, like
Ooh.
when, like as a kid, my
Mhm.
wife, and she's still never seen Willow. I'm pretty sure. The way I usually get her to watch some of these old movies when she doesn't want to watch them is I'm like, if you watch it, you're going to see how many other movies reference it, and you'll get those references all of a sudden. And that's usually the way I get her to watch them.
It's great. It's great.
I loved this little guy. This was one of my favorite ideas of like a mech or a Gundam. It was like,
yeah.
This was like the first time seeing anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love them so much.
That's so great.
I mean, he even looks like a gnome. Like if you play D&D or World of Warcraft or any of those types of fantasy genres where, you have dwarves that are miners and blacksmiths, and gnomes are always tinkerers and making things. And like, there is this, like World of Warcraft has a reference to this, defender metal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
With a gnome in it in the original game, when you go to like the gnome homeland of Newman.
Oh, that's really cool.
What's it called? No, it's not. No, I want to keep saying, all my brain is saying Gnomen Garden. That's not what it is. Gnome Ragon.
Oh, cool.
It's called. Yeah, but Willow was fantastic, though. I still feel like Willow holds up. She should watch Willow.
Definitely.
Everyone in chat, shame Erin into watching Willow, please. Thank you.
Watch Willow. It's good.
It's so good.
It's good. It's good.
I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Roof Mistress. If anyone is an expert in the toes, I have all the toes. So many toes.
So many toes.
I love him.
It's so sweet.
He's so sweet. Anytime there's a thing that talks in a deep voice and slowly like that, and like broken English, it's just like, all right, I love this thing now. And man, is Ludo thick. He's got some fucking some butt and some really wide hips. Such a like this city is so creepy and so awesome looking. It's like a Tim Burton-esque almost. The way the houses are kind of twisted and leaning and off center, and none of them are level. I love it.
Actually, Brian Froud's actual house has that feeling. Like you kind of can't tell like where one begins and where it ends, and and it's
so awesome.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old, and yeah.
Part of me would love to, like, only if I was way more wealthy than I am now, only because of just I have no patience for like nonsense breaking. Part of me wants to live in like a really old house and like have awesome woodwork and stuff like that, but then like I don't want to fucking fix the electricity or the plumbing or the I've done so much. I used to do construction, and for a little while I worked for a construction firm in New York City that used to do repointing for buildings, which is like when the stonework outside gets fucked up, they call it repointing.
Okay.
Like, you're repointing the stone.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
They also used to do interior demo for historical buildings.
Oh, wow.
So like if someone was redoing one of like the 200-year-old brownstones that are in Manhattan.
Yeah.
His company would do it. And so I was doing work on one of those, and fucking cloth wrapped aluminum wire like throughout the whole house.
Yep.
But also handmade plaster, ceiling trim and wall trim with like filigree and like all kinds of, done by hand by a man that would slap a plaster on the wall and then do it by hand with like little tools. It's crazy. We had to hire artists to come in and fix stuff as there were breaks and things. It was and I didn't get to meet him, but for anyone that watched the Sopranos, it was the guy that played Junior Soprano, his uncle, the older bald guy, was the guy that bought the house.
Oh, that's cool.
I never got to meet him though. I just
yeah, that's really cool though.
Yeah.
And I love it. I mean, it's kind of great when someone can afford to actually do the work to restore it.
Yeah,
You know?
he was very, very adamant about
Yeah.
doing as little damage to the existing stuff as possible.
These windows leaked all last year, and so we needed to have them redone, and we were supposed to like rip the whole wall out, like, and put a whole new window in. And then the guy who the whole thing, he was like, "Oh, I said I was going to do that, but I'm not. I'm just rebuilding the actual like window frames." And I'm like, "They're never going to fit, and they leak worse now than they did before."
Oh,
And they you know, and they're like, you know, they're built to like match the old style, but
yeah,
yeah. So I've been slowly. That's why there's tinfoil all around. You don't know if you can still see it, but there's
I can't
tinfoil
see
blue
it now.
tape.
Ugh, that
We're
sucks,
gonna
man.
get through this rainy season and we'll get them fixed. But
Yeah, that stinks.
yeah, yeah. The Escher stuff is coming up soon, which is so great. The whole Escher
So
painting.
great. Oh yeah.
Oh, so good. Oh,
The art design for this is just phenomenal.
It's
like
incredible.
just the overall just like vibe of the sets and the painting and the coloring and the weathering. Just like look at the building. Just look at that
Mhm,
building. The
mhm.
wall. Like it doesn't look like the weathering is so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
well done. Ugh, love it. I just love it. Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, speaking of crazy stairs, another reference from her bedroom in the beginning of the movie that I forgot to share when we were there before. Is that? Yeah, there it is.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, that's a picture
It's
hanging
all
on
the
a wall
Escher
in the
stuff.
background.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all the
that's
Escher stuff. Yeah.
great.
And that's from the beginning of the movie, not when she just went back into her room a second ago. It's from the
Yeah.
very beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like Agatha. Like you said, just like Agatha.
Yeah. I loved the way that they did Agatha, specifically with one of my pet peeves about film and TV is when the showrunner, the director, the writer, whatever it is, they purposefully leave information out. They don't give you like any information on something and they come out of left field with something.
Mhm.
I love when things follow a story and make sense.
Mhm.
Like I don't like when they just throw things in and have no.
And if it's something like Agatha where like no one says it, there's no like the camera doesn't hang on it for a long time to let you know all the stuff in Sarah's room at the beginning of this. It's not like the camera doesn't be like, look at this Escher painting, look
No.
at this Ludo. But then when you go back and you watch it a second time, it's so satisfying because you're like, oh, it didn't come out of left field. You set it up from the beginning. And I love it. I mean, I felt like Andor was even some of that in the beginning of Andor. I was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
completely lost, but I think I'm in good hands, so it's okay. Like because I feel like they're gonna explain stuff, they're gonna pay stuff off.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Especially in for back speaking of Andor, Luthen, Stellan Stargard in his shop had tons and tons of Easter eggs in it.
Yeah.
When we were watching Andor, we did Andor as a rewatch like a few months ago. I can't even tell you how long we spent on those scenes just picking apart the background. The Shankara stones from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
No, are they there?
They're in his shop.
Oh my God, that's like R2D2 and C3PO in the hieroglyphics in Indiana Jones.
Yep.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, so many references. So many references in that. There's a couple of Indiana Jones references. But that's the type of stuff that I like with movies that put that type of attention to detail in, because if you don't notice it, it doesn't affect anything. It's not story building. It's just a little thing for the people like us that go back and rewatch and like, I love it. Yeah. But I went off a little topic. The pet peeve that I have is when they reference something that happened in a prior episode and do a flashback to that episode and show the character doing something. But when you watched that episode the first time, and if you go back and watch that episode, that scene doesn't happen on camera. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where Agatha all along, I think, is one of the better shows that does this.
Oh yeah.
For those who haven't seen it, it's a witch themed show based in the Marvel universe. Great show. It's on Disney Plus. You don't really need to watch too much of the Marvel stuff to get it. It's a great standalone show. I gained a new appreciation for it when we did it. But anyway, one of the witches has like precognitive / foresight ability, and she will randomly shout things throughout the episodes just that don't make any sense. But then when we get to the end of the show, they start doing flashbacks to those scenes and they make perfect fucking sense, especially when you string them together in the right order. And it was wonderful done. Yeah. And it was there on screen the whole time. It was there. Like it wasn't a piece of information that they didn't give us and then referenced to and then added in, which gets me to Stranger Things of this season.
I haven't seen it yet.
I won't say anything. I won't, no spoilers.
Okay.
I will give a very high level, completely spoiler free
excellent
rant at the end of this. That is a direct reference to that. Here's the extra stuff. Yeah.
And Leia, I saw that. I heard the same thing. The little Indiana Jones music riff. I was like, that sounds like Indiana Jones. We were talking about Indiana Jones, and then it went like burp, 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 almost.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Of course. No. So my 16-year-old hadn't seen Stranger Things before season 4 came out. So we were like, well, let's go back and watch everything with him, catch him up, and we'll all watch season 4. We got all the way up to season 3, started season 3, and then school and things got busy and we stopped. So then my husband and I still haven't seen season 4. And so now we're finally like, dudes, we have to do it. So that's what we did over winter break was we're almost done with season 3 with the rewatch for us and for his first time. So I'm way behind. And I'm like, dude, I'm like trying to avoid spoilers like crazy.
Yeah, it's. I'll wait till the end because I have a rant.
Okay, good. I love it.
This I always also loved this scene. I love the way that they did the wire walking with the step where he would step over things.
It's so great.
So great.
It's so great.
I also used to try to.
Toby.
Oh yeah,
is it great?
I love the reverse filming there.
Yes, it's so good. Just roll the film backwards.
Oh yeah, such ease. I love those are the type. See, this is why I like to rewatch things like this. Is because I love watching a film like the first time for the enjoyment of the film, then going back through and like. Thinking about when they filmed the scene, I wonder what the outtakes were like. I wonder like, I can't imagine like the two of them being like this close to each other and talking and like, all different little tidbits of things and stuff like catching little things like that, like little pieces of effects that were so simple, so easy to do, but they add so much to to a scene. I love seeing those little things and picking them out, going back through and watching it. I don't know. I've always been obsessed with movies and TV and
Disney Plus does such a great job of their behind the scenes that they do. They're really fantastic. And it's really, I mean, I also love them and have always been obsessed with that and loved watching that stuff. And
me too.
It's really,
do you
really
remember,
fun.
Do you remember Movie Magic from back in the day?
Yeah.
Yes. I loved that. That was my favorite show as a kid.
Yeah.
Loved that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite shows. For those who haven't seen, if you have Disney Plus, on that same vein of what you just said, a lot of the movies, especially the more recent ones, have like director or whatever commentary. Oh man, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine with the director and Ryan Reynolds commentary.
Wow.
Oh man, so cool.
That's great.
Listening to them talk about where they got ideas for things and like the joke, like obviously the jokes, the two of them are hilarious together, but also like they were talking about, this is where we came up with that. This was, this happened when we were doing this. And it was like, oh my God, so cool. So if you like those types of movies, you enjoyed the Deadpool versus Wolverine or whatever it's called, the directors and Ryan Reynolds commentary in that's on Disney Plus is wonderful. So great.
Well, it's so like the Lord of the Rings. Oh my God. Like I couldn't get enough of and I would go back and listen to it with like, Peter Jackson talking then, but and then you could go listen to it with like Merry and Pippin, so much fun.
Yeah,
so
I do. That is something I miss about DVDs. Like I also loved when they would hide Easter eggs in the DVD menus.
Yes, we were just talking about that the other day, David and I, because we were looking at something that we had watched and he was like, doesn't this have Easter eggs on it? And I was like, yeah, because we pulled out a DVD because we didn't want the Blu-ray didn't have the extras or something. And we were like, it's in here somewhere. And we're scrolling all around trying to find it. Yeah, those are so fun. So fun.
it's just I don't know. I think I didn't get rid of my DVD collection. I just at some point stopped buying physical copies of things. I think I'm going to get back into buying physical copies.
We
of
started
things
because we've been doing digital copies, and then like when Amazon loses the license, it's like, oh, you bought this, but you don't actually have it anymore. Sorry.
Yep. When they all started pulling, when all the companies started pulling the you don't actually own this thing, I was like, that was the kick in the ass that I needed to stop with the only digital stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah. As soon as they tried to pull that, especially with the books too, I was so pissed when they started trying. But I think they lost the case with the books.
Oh, that's good.
Because you actually download the book.
Right.
So they would have to take it away from you, and they can't do that. Through consumer protection law. As it currently stands, that is.
Yeah.
Because, they keep repealing things that protect people and help the corporations. Sorry, I said we wouldn't go back into it.
Yeah, but you kind of can't get through anything without it. Like
it's hard.
It's hard.
That's because everything is politics.
Yes.
When people say, "Oh, I don't want to talk politics," then you can't speak.
That line, "You have no power over me." It's such a small, simple line, and I say it literally every day. I feel like it's so small and it's so simple, and I've always just loved the way that breaks her out of this, and it's like the agency that she has to take control of her own life. I love it. I say it on the daily about politics. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Let's just not go back into politics, but
I'm sure it's in a lot of folklore, but that's also heavily steeped in fairy folklore, is denying power and denying existence, and can take away power from fairy the fairies.
The Merlin, the 98 Merlin movie, Lupin, you're talking about that one. I think, isn't that the one with Sam Neill playing Merlin? And yes, there's a wonderful moment at the end of that's really similar. Yes, it's so good. And Helena Bonham Carter is
Morgana.
Is Morgan Le Fay, right? Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Okay. I'll add it to the rewatch list. Lupin.
Yes.
All right. So 1998.
It's like it was a
Sam Neill
miniseries.
Merlin.
It was a Hallmark miniseries, I think, or something. Or
Okay. I'm adding it to the list.
Good. Oh, he's oh yes, Lena Headey's in it. She's in it too, and Miranda Richardson. Oh my God, yes.
I did not realize Lena Headey was in that.
Yes. And Toby's back in bed. It's so sweet. And I love the Wizard of Oz ending of this. Of like, wait, was it all a dream? Did I just imagine this whole thing? Did it actually happen?
That's I like so. Oh, shit, what was something that we just watched? That idea is heavily in Agatha all along as well. It's not that it was a dream, but figuring out that it's not Agatha doing it. That it was, spoiler for Agatha, by the way, but it's 7 years old at this point. That it was Teen creating it, and Agatha knew all along, which is why there are so many times that we came to realizations while watching it, on stream, where we were like, and Agatha all along, it makes that's why they named it this movie.
Yes, it's so good. Oh, and I love this, and they all come back.
Oh, look, there's a panda in the background. That reminds me of one of my Post-its over here. So some people in chat, there are some new people in chat that may not know what my Post-its are. But these Post-its are the puns that I randomly think of or overhear throughout the day. And I just so happened to have a panda one, and when I saw it, so
oh, nice.
Why is panda the easiest animal to spell?
I don't know. Why is panda the easiest animal to spell?
Because it's just a P and an A. P and A. I'm the worst.
I love it.
So I just have a bunch of Post-its on the edge of my keyboard here, and I will randomly pick them up. I haven't done one yet, though.
Perfect.
You
What
remind me
babe?
of the babe with the power. What power? I used to sing this all the time too.
Mhm. So good.
I'll take it.
So
I'm in my
good.
room. This is my room. This is my office. Fucking phenomenal.
So good.
Let's get rid of that thing so that we can watch the scene.
Oh wait, okay. So I should have had Jareth just sitting on my shoulder watching with me the whole time. Sorry, Jareth, you didn't get to watch.
No, it's all right. He knows his
how it goes.
lore. He knows his lore. So you see, look, like there's the four puppeteers per fiery there.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. And I love seeing this stuff like that. And then like, okay, there's 4 puppeteers per thing. Then going back and watching it again and being like, okay, like imagining the puppeteers and how they're doing it and like seeing the movements and how fluid and awesome and natural they look and like just the amount of work and choreography that went into choreographing 4 people in unison to do something like that, to make one person, one character comes. It's just awesome. I love that. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you said you watched that behind the scenes. Like it was like that behind the scenes from the 80s. It's great. It's really good.
I've heard this one before, but thank you, Darren, for this. This was fantastic. Did you know that the music for Mortal Kombat was inspired by Scandinavian church music? Yep. It's a Finnish hymn.
It took me a minute. You got it.
God. Okay. Here's a better one. Did you know that a lot of crows are using their ability to communicate? But it's okay because scientists are scrambling to find the cause.
Yeah. That's a good one. But considering I actually used to be a raven biologist who studied raven communication, I was like, scientists are scrambling. This is true. I need
to pick your brain. I've recently started. Well, you said ravens. I recently started befriending the crows in my neighborhood.
Nice. Keep giving them stuff. Maybe they'll bring you something shiny.
That's what I keep doing.
I'm trying so hard. I literally speak Raven, and I have ravens that hang out on the telephone pole behind my house. And I'm like, I talk to them and they're like, oh, thank you. I like that. I'm Raven about these puns. But I talk to them and I try to talk to them in Raven talk, and they're like, they still haven't brought me anything. Sometimes they look at me. I'm trying to get the kids, while they're young, if I can like get them to acclimate to me when they're little.
Yeah. So if you're in just the watch party in Discord, I am going to close the watch party soon. So if you're not in our YouTube chat, you should come over to YouTube chat. We are going to end soon, but we still have a couple of little fun things to do before we end. So we will say goodbye to the watch party and what's the name of the movie? Labyrinth for now. But the crows, the most that they do right now is they like come up to the door, like my front door.
Oh my God.
And caw directly at the door until I come out and bring food.
Oh, then you're on. You're gonna get some.
I'm on.
You're gonna get some shiny shit.
I'm on track. So what I need to do is build a permanent platform for them. Mm-hmm. I have a couple of little dangly bits to put on it that are shiny and things like that. But I keep putting like, I literally put change in the food that I give them.
Oh my God, that's great.
So that they find it and they're like, oh, okay, maybe like I'm hoping that they start seeing change around and bring it with them.
Yes.
And leave it. That's and I think if I keep doing that and I have a permanent spot for them, I feel like they could bring stuff. I just really want to come out and just be like, oh, money, cool.
Right.
And then like start saving that money and then be like, so I have enough money from the crows to buy a video game or something.
There you go.
Like, I thought that would be funny. And like I can track it with everybody along as we go.
Yes.
I haven't gotten anything from them yet, and they still run away as soon as I go outside. Like they fly to the roof of the house across the street. I haven't gotten them.
But if they're coming to the door and yelling at you, they want you to come out. And, I mean, the thing about crows is that they do recognize people and they will remember what you look like, which is why the scientists that I knew that worked with crows, they would dress up as a clown when they were going to tag them, because if they tag
That's so
them as
nice.
in their normal human shape, like
You
then
have
the
a fan now,
crows
too.
would remember them and they would never,
Yes.
ever. Oh, thanks.
They also remember
Thank you.
slights, though, so you got to be careful with crows and ravens.
So
They
that's why
remember slights as well.
they do. And so she would dress up as the first time she did it, she was herself, and then she could never get near them for the rest of the season. So the next year when she canonetted them to tag them, she dressed up as a clown because they hate clown. And she was like, they won't recognize me
garish
when I
makeup,
take the
yeah.
clown stuff off.
Yeah.
And so she had no problem getting near them after that but as soon as she put on a clown thing, they'd all run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's cool. We also have sandhill cranes, which will look a lot like herons from the heron on the heron mark blade. But
Except they're dinosaurs.
They are dinosaurs. I've gotten them. I can walk right up to them. The ones that there's a family that come to my house every day. We've gone through 2 babies with them, like from hatchling to fully grown. We've gone through 2 generations with them, and they come to my house every single day for the past 5 years. I can walk outside and walk up to them and put the food on the floor next to them, and they don't move.
That's amazing. They're like
this
dinosaurs.
close from getting them to eat out of my hand. This close. But haven't been able to get it yet. Haven't been able to get him to do it yet. Erin's probably got pictures somewhere of me going out and talking to them, because I also talk to them like they're people.
Oh, that's how I talk to my ravens. I mean, I talk to my ravens in Raven talk, but then I just talk to them as me, and I'm like, you guys are going to get used to my voice, and I'm just going to talk to you like I talk to anybody else.
Can you give us a little Raven talk?
Yeah, I can't do all of that. I mean, my favorite call that's really was hard to record, and I couldn't use this when I was studying them because I couldn't pick it up, even though I had like a long shotgun microphone. But they have that, like, it sounds like a wood block, but the like, like that. It's such a
clicking that they do.
Yeah, and those are specific. Like they have a call that's like, this is me, this is you. Like they have a kind of like, it's almost like a name. It hasn't been
language,
like a signature whistle in dolphins. But then then the the standard ones are just rah, rah, rah. But they're lower than and then and I have like waveforms of what they look like when you run them through the computer. But
that's fun.
Yeah.
I bought one of those little calls. They don't respond to it, but when I make the sound, they show up if they're not, or they gather onto one roof, because they usually I've been trying to repeat the same pattern. So like I'll do the call if they're not out there, and then I'll just leave the food out there and come back inside. Sometimes they usually will come though and like tell me that they're here. But if they don't, I'll just make the call and go back inside. If they're there, I make the call, put the food down, make the call again, then go inside. So I always do the same pattern every time I do it, so that I'm trying to teach them patterns. That's what all of the web advice says. Try to develop a pattern and stick to the pattern. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because they will. They'll get used to it, and and the thing about crows that's cool is that they often have their babies stick around for a few years because they help out with their siblings, and so you've got
cool.
Like the thing with crows that's great is you get some generational, like it'll get passed down culturally, which ravens tend to hang out for a long time, but then they take off. They aren't necessarily hanging around with mom and dad the next year, so you have to start over a little bit. But crows, you have a better chance of teaching each other. I want to hear this. I want to hear this at some point.
That's fantastic. Okay, all right. We got to like hang out in Discord or something, get people to start making animal noises.
Yes.
I don't think I could do any animals. I used to be better at impressions when I used to do it all the time, but the one that I've been doing recently. So for those who I was gonna when we talk about like what did we play recently. One of the games that I've been playing a lot is Arc Raiders. For those,
my son is playing Arc Raiders. He loves it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I am one of those people that gets thrown into the non-PvP maps. There was a rumor that the company was matchmaking people in the matches based on their aggression. So like if you're aggressive and are doing lots of PvP, they put those people together. And if you're not aggressive and not doing PvP, they're putting those people together. And I end up on those maps all the time. But when I want to be silly, I run around and tell people, don't kill us, precious. Don't kill us. We just want the loot, precious. The loot.
It's really good.
And I just talk to people as Golem the whole time, and people don't usually end up fighting. Right. I'm sorry. I just assume everyone is a gamer all the time. PvP, player versus player. Yeah, player versus player, and PvE is player versus environment. So I'm a little less I don't really like PvP in most instances. I tend to avoid it. People are annoying. But it is fun in I take that as a compliment. In this game is still fun, and it's rewarding, and it's not punishing like it is in other games like this. I usually don't play games like Arc Raiders, but I really do enjoy it. Which is funny, we go from Ravens to Arc Raiders. But
why not?
Yeah, why not? That's our nonsense here. So one of the other things that we do at the end of the show with our guests is our Inside the Dragon Mount interview, which Jenn Sedai, you have done already.
Yes.
With Meg Sedai as well. And so we're not going to do that with you, but we announced last week that one of our new things that also the patrons, if you're a patron, whether it's a free member or a paid member, you can submit to or help create a database essentially of random questions. So I have a pretty good list of about 50 or 60 questions that I've come up with so far. And I've had some of the people from Patreon chime in. We're going to put up like a static Google form for you to submit random questions to. And then that will populate our random question generator. I haven't made it pretty yet, so I'm not going to bring it up. It's really just text right now in a spreadsheet. But I don't know what the questions are going to be. I mean, I did write most of them, but I don't know which ones we're going to get. And
okay.
Our interviewee won't know which ones are coming up until I click the button and they pop up and I read them to you. So I figured this would be a fun thing to do. We can do 10 questions per guest. And once I have a huge list of questions, you'll probably almost never see a repeat one. But let's see what we can get. And then we'll announce. Oh, actually, before we go, just before anyone leaves. So not to bring everyone down again, but so I had a personal thing come up. I had a death. A friend of mine, his wife passed away due to Huntington's disease, which if you know anyone with that, it's terrible. And I'm going to be up in New York for the next week or so. And Crystal cannot be here next week either because she's going to be down here in Florida going to Disney, and we're going to be taking pictures and posting them in the Discord and stuff. And if anyone has like a place that you want us to go or a snack you want us to try, let us know and we'll try to go there and take a video or a picture of us doing it or eating it or whatever. But we have to cancel next week's show. We're not going to be able to do it because I'm not going to be here and Crystal's not going to be here. And there's no one else that knows how to do it. So next week, we're not going to be starting Star Wars, nor will we have a live show next week. But I can schedule a show to play in our time slot. That's like a past show that we did. So if anyone in chat has any suggestions, I'm open to them. But as of right now, I'm going to play season 2, episode 3 of the Wheel of Time, which for those who don't know, that is when a certain character dies on it. And when we did it, when we did our live stream, we had that actor as a guest on the show talking us through when he died. So it was pretty fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it was a ton of fun. So I feel like that's a good one to play, but if anyone has any other suggestions, I will 100% consider them. All right. So again, no live show next week. It'll be a replay of one of our past shows. And then we're going to be starting the Clone Wars on January 26th. Yeah, 26th. January 26th, which is the following Monday. Yes. So if anyone likes to donate to charities, there's a charity which I think Erin can share it. She'll find it. It's on Adam's Facebook page, Erin, if you want to go grab it. It's a charity for fundraising for Huntington's disease. She was 35, which is really sad, obviously. But it's one of those genetic diseases that they don't know. There's nothing really to do for it. It's like ALS, but worse. So anyway, yeah, we have to cancel the show for next week. So no live show next week. And if you want to send well wishes and good vibes, feel free, and I will pass them along. And if you feel the itch to do something more, there's plenty of fantastic Huntington's disease charities to do things for. I forgot the name of the one that we used to do walks all the time for, they do those like, awareness things. But yeah, so like I said, no show next week. All right. So with that, back to our fun nonsense that we do here. I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet and press this button. Yay, it works still. Okay. So what is something that you should have thrown away a long time ago?
Oh, how long of a list can I give you?
What's the first thing that popped in your head?
Okay. I mean, it's probably literally in front of me. No, I could never throw Sarah away. I have a little fellow named Sarah in front of me. I mean, but I have so much shit. I have like so much shit. The first thing that came to mind is like, I mean, I did throw this away a while ago, but I had a yellow sweatshirt that I had from the 7th grade that I couldn't part with for a really long time. And it was completely threadbare. My best friend had given it to me and it was just this big yellow sweatshirt. And I kept it for years. I should have thrown that away. But see, now throwing away things is good because this is my this is a really cool microphone that it was my husband's dad's microphone from the 1950s and didn't throw that away. And it does sound great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds great.
I know.
I also have a piece of clothing from when I was in like middle school. It's a t-shirt. It's so threadbare, but it's so soft.
Yes. That was the thing. Soft. It was so soft and comfy.
Literally middle school.
Did eventually get rid of it, but
well, they fall apart eventually, especially clothes.
They do.
All right, let's do another one. Okay, it's Z-Day, aka the zombie apocalypse. Where's your first stop, and what is something that you're going to hoard, or that you want to hoard?
Okay, my first stop. This is crazy, but my first stop, because I literally tell my kids all the time, I'm like, I'm training you for the zombie apocalypse. If you learn nothing else in school, at least you'll know how to run away. But my first stop is going to be to hit the gas station because they're going to run out of gas really soon. So we're going to fill up the car so that we can at least like get a little ways out of town. And that's the first stop, gas station. And then I'm going to hoard, but I'm not going to hoard the gasoline. We'll probably try to like get some tanks of it, but then it smells really bad. So I'm just going to hoard water. I'm hoarding water. That's it.
Fucking brother Zach, man. So true. Like who knew it was going to be toilet paper was the thing. Oh God. By the way, this may be a little too much information, but I don't care. In the beginning of the pandemic, when toilet paper was a thing, best thing I ever bought in my life, a bidet.
The bidet, the toilet seat. Everybody was like,
thing I've ever bought. I will never. Now when Aaron and I have to go to the bathroom elsewhere, we say we have to poop like plebeians. We have to poop like these plebeians. I feel like one of these regular folk. I need a spritz of water on my bottom. Like I never feel clean.
Right.
Never feel clean. Now it's the bidet is just anyway. All right. Next question. What is a conspiracy that you low-key believe is true?
Oh.
This is what, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
This is why I love random questions.
I'm like, how, where do I go?
Something that's actually, for you, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Elvis is a vampire. Okay, that's funny.
Elvis, I like that's a lot safer than where I'm going. I mean, my conspiracy is, and I'm generally not like a conspiracy theorist. I'm really not, because I think a lot of things like really do happen. Like, I mean, but this, I low-key believe that the Trump administration had a lot of things in place to make sure that they were going to win the last election, so that even if they weren't gonna, they were gonna. And I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm also saying that the fact that he wasn't campaigning for the last 3 months kind of seemed weird.
Yeah.
Like they kind of thought they had it locked up. So there we go. There's my politics for the days, everybody.
if there wasn't direct manipulation of voting, there was definitely cheating. I mean, just look at Elon Musk literally paying people to vote in Pennsylvania. And that's illegal.
And getting information out to people that was all like wrong information, so that people had the wrong information.
The misinformation and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget. I mean, just on that level alone, and then the conspiracy part is the organization of it. But yeah. Okay, next, let's see where we go from there.
I do think people were actually on the moon. I don't buy into that conspiracy theory.
That's fair. I actually mentioned that earlier today, which is funny because
funny.
A friend of my dad's used to work for American Airlines. I call him my uncle, but he's not really like related. They've just been friends since before I was born. But he used to work for American Airlines. I didn't realize he retired a couple years ago. So I messaged my dad, was like, hey, do you have his number? I need to see about getting a plane ticket, on the cheap. And I always used to get the friends and family through him. He would hook me up. He didn't believe that we landed on the moon.
Oh my God. I know. That's crazy. Like when people who are like, but you're a scientist, you're like working that.
You work in aviation. Like,
I know. I've known people too who were like, didn't happen. And I'm like, but it did.
Okay. All right. So the next question that popped up is, do you have a favorite texture?
Oh,
for our autistic people in the audience.
Yeah. I mean, this goes back to like, this is like deep, deep, deep core memory, but I had a blankie when I was little that was originally, like had the satin, like cheap satin, border around it. And then as I loved that blanket, the interior of it was kind of a thinnish, meshish kind of material. As I loved it, the interior continued to disintegrate. So my mom made me smaller blankies, like took the outside edge and like would sew it back on. And in the end, it was literally just 2 strips of the satin. That was my final blankie, and that I eventually did lose, sadly. But that touching that, and like I would touch it as I was falling asleep. Yeah, best texture ever.
I like that. All right, so that was 6. All right, so we got 4 more. All right, I gotta press the button. I'm like, it's the same question. It's because I didn't press the button. All right. Which species would be the rudest if all animals could talk?
I have a definite opinions about that. I knew a very rude dolphin. A very rude dolphin. His name was Tyrone, and
I knew a rude dolphin named Tyrone.
I did. I knew another rude dolphin. Her name was Nikki. Nikki was also very rude, but Tyrone was ruder and scared me. I think dolphins. Yeah, they're rude.
I could see that. See that.
Yeah.
This came up when I forgot what we were watching. It's in reference to Star Trek. I forgot what we were watching when this came up in chat though. That in Star Trek, because we were talking about Lower Decks, and they show it in Lower Decks, dolphins have like full sentient being rights in the Star Trek universe, but we've still yet to see a dolphin like captain.
But there is Star Trek lore about it somewhere. Yes. I remember somebody telling me at Lower Decks, and there's a Startide Rising is a book series that has dolphins and humans, going off in space together.
I just love when we see the weird alien species that have like very specific environmental requirements. Like for a dolphin, they need to be in the water. So like, it would just be interesting to see what they do to compensate for that. Like, do they build in a system of tubes that just go through the wall and have all the walls of the ship and have like glass on one side so the dolphin can just swim through all of the ship in the tubes and like, talk to people outside. Like, I just love when they come up with shit like that, like that matched with that. But okay. Do you know how to fold a fitted sheet? Or
I do.
You just okay. Or
I do.
So you don't just ball it up and throw it in the.
I don't. It's not perfect, but my friend Red taught me, and every time I fold a fitted sheet, which is often, I think of my friend Red and how he was like, "You do it like this," and there we go. Mm-hmm.
I used to know how to fold it like properly, like into squares, but I've started folding all of my cloth things. Like a military style where you fold it and make the pocket and then roll it up into the thing. And I do that with my sheets too. So I'll take the pillowcases and the sheet and the fitted sheet and put them all together and then roll them up into the thing. And they come out into like a little ball this big.
It's awesome. I love that. I'm a lover of rolling for packing.
Yeah, me too. Okay. So one more. And I'm going to pick this one because we talked about, I actually mentioned to you before, but you didn't respond to it yet. So I'm curious to know what your response is. And I've asked it before, but I like this because I'm a food guy. Like, listen, I'm from New York. I don't know if it's a New York thing. Maybe Arosa can chime in here, but sandwiches are a big deal in New York. Like breakfast sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese, roast beef on rye, fucking, there's a lot of famous sandwiches that come out of New York. Fucking, you know, Italian sandwiches, heroes, and you know, meatball and chicken cutlet, Parmesan, stuff like that. So this is actually a question that I stole directly from Stephen Colbert, but I also think that Stephen Colbert took the idea for doing these nonsense questions at the end of his show for me. Not really, but literally right after. Right after we started doing it, he started doing a questionnaire at the end that he also said he got the idea from James Lipton.
Right.
And I'm like,
yes.
I've been doing this for 3 years.
He ripped you off. He ripped you off. I'll have words with Stephen if I ever meet him. Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I love Stephen Colbert. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's great.
I'm convinced they will uncancel him at some point. But anyway, I don't hear this. Like she says, so Leia said I have a New York accent. I don't hear it. I think I lost my New York accent, like honestly. But everyone's like, oh, say quarter, say water. Like, no, we say water. We don't say like water or whatever. No, we say water.
Yeah. So the question is,
what is the best? And this is the context of the question. What is your favorite? What is the best sandwich?
The best, like, so what? Not doesn't matter if it's my favorite. Like, objectively, the best
to
sandwich.
you in your mind.
Okay.
What is the best sandwich? However you want to codify that question is up to you.
Okay, so this is really obscure, and if I need to go more specific than this, I can do this. But I would argue that the best sandwich is a sandwich that someone else makes for you.
Ooh, okay.
Because it always tastes better. You can make the same damn sandwich. You can use the same bread and the same mayonnaise and the same toppings and everything. But if someone else makes that sandwich for you, it's magic. Right?
Yes, I agree with that.
I make a lot of sandwiches.
That's why I like cooking. That's why I like cooking. It's like, and I'm convinced that I feel like most stand-up comedians would also like cooking for the same reason that I like cooking. And I also like stand-up comedy. You get instant feedback on your
This is true.
It's instantaneous. It's like that. You tell a joke on a stage and people laugh or they don't, and you hand somebody a plate of food and either they like it or they don't.
Yes.
and that's probably why I like it.
Okay, so then I'm
on the flip side of that, I like to make sandwiches for people for that reason, and you saying that reinforces my feelings on it, and I like it.
It's perfect. I love that. So I can't wait for you to make me a sandwich someday.
You
will love making it and I will love eating it.
Yes, I love to cook. I love cooking. Cooking is one of my love languages. I do it all the time.
Oh, that's great.
I'm the cook in our house. I make and a lot of, honestly, like if you're an amateur cook, like or I say amateur, like you don't cook professionally as a chef or you're not classically trained or whatever is what I mean. I'm an amateur cook, like non-trained, non-professional is what I mean. Watch the Chef Show, which is what we talked about earlier with Roy Choi and Jon Favreau. Just the little things that he said and mentioned, just like while he was doing stuff, like Jon Favreau, like, why are you doing it that? And he would be like, because this. And it wasn't like I said, that show isn't a teach you how to cook show, but Roy Choi will just say things occasionally. And it's like, and it took my cooking to just from like here to here. Just by doing a couple little things that he suggested. And then it also gave me other ideas, but like
watching the movie Chef when he's teaching his son how to make the cubanos and he's like, and he like puts them on there and then he lays them on the griddle and he like lets them like,
just talking about the emulsion of the cheese and like why it's important to toast the bread beforehand and like what that does chemically and physically to the bread and how it interacts. Like all of those little things are just so fun to learn. And then when you incorporate some of the stuff in there, like one of the main things that I didn't learn from this, but I started using it more often when he was like, you should do this when you cook anything or fry anything in a pan, the fond that develops on the bottom of the pan. So it's called fond. That would be like literally the food as it sticks to the bottom of the pan and the flavoring, and it starts to burn a little, but before it burns, like before it starts to turn brown and black, just as it dries out and gets a little crispy on the bottom. Anything that you cook in a pan, if it has flavoring in it, you take either a little water or a little like cooking sherry or even like vodka, and the heat will cook off all the alcohol, so you don't have to worry about that. but it will deglaze the pan, and the flavoring that's there is delicious. So like, you know, if you fry a chicken breast and you take the chicken breast out and you have all that beautiful flavor in the pot still, you know, I remember the first time I saw Roy Choi do it, like, and I've done it, and you do this before, it's in a lot of recipes, like they mention it, but he's like, oh, anything you make, anything and everything you make, you should do this. And then like I forgot what they were making, but like he put it in, and he had plated the food. He just cooked it down again. Like he used water, and then he cooked it back down again until it was like almost like a syrup, like of whatever it was that he was making, because I think there was a little sugar in it. And then he poured it over the chicken cutlets that he made, and it was just like very little effort. And it's already there. You've already done it. There it is, sitting in the pan. All you got to do is take it out of the pan and put it on the food. But yeah, that was one of the little things that's just, and also home. He references home cooks a lot, home chefs, home cooks. So this is what a home cook would do in this situation. But this is what a real cook does in this situation. This is why it's better. And it's always like, you're not using enough salt and you're not using enough butter. Whatever you're putting butter in at home, you're not putting enough in. And whatever you're putting salt in at home, you're not putting enough in. And like watching him do it and then like changing things up for myself. Obviously it's to everyone's taste. Everyone's personal taste is different, but really changed a lot of things. Like just watching that show and taking little bits of knowledge that he dropped on us. And now I'm like infusing my own olive oil and making my own vanilla extract, which is super duper easy. Yeah. It just sounds fun. It's also way cheaper if you make it yourself. But yeah, no, I love to cook. Cooking is one of my favorite things to do. So yes, if you ever come to Florida, 100% we'll cook for you.
Excellent.
Open invitation. So this is where we would normally announce our next week's episode and guest, which we do not have right now. But like I said, we will be replaying the season 2, episode 3 of The Wheel of Time with Guy Roberts as our guest, which was so much fun. He stuck around for 2.5 hours. He did our Inside the Actors Studio questions. He played some games with us. He gave us a lot of little tidbits about backstage things from the making of that, and specifically what happened with the dummy and like other fun little asides with it. One fun fact that I'll tell you now, and then you can go and watch the replay for the rest, was so his wife, Guy Roberts. Oh yes, I will mention the book club again. Yes, I did it in the top of the show. I will do it again. So Guy Roberts, his wife was Surath's voice in that episode. And she the first day she was on set, the first scene they did was her killing him. And I thought that was fantastic. Ooh, see, you're also welcome whenever you want, like Blinded Fool. Love to have you, and I will totally cook for you. I love cooking. I have my own one of my favorite things to cook, and it's nostalgic for me. Obviously, I'm Thomas Di Simone. I'm Italian, but so I love making my own pasta sauce, marinara sauce, and I do a Sicilian sauce which has meat in the gravy. We call it gravy. Some people call it gravy, some people sauce. It's a little interchangeable for me, but it's not like a meat sauce like a bolognese. I take sausage and ribs, like beef ribs, and braciole, which is thinly hammered, really tender beef with like pesto and different garlic and stuff in it, and then you roll it up and put it in the sauce, and it sits in the sauce for like 12 hours because I start my sauce at like 8 o'clock in the morning to eat at 6 o'clock at night. Nice. So like it sits on the stove on just a low simmer all day, and like you could take those ribs out and just go like this, and the meat will just fall off it. But those sauce ribs are my favorite thing. I like my grandma used to make it. She's Sicilian, and her whole cooking style is Sicilian, and love it so much.
I love that. I'm going to try that. My husband's Sicilian.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, if you ever want to try, if you want to, again, a step up real quick, you sear the ribs and the sausage in the bottom of your saucepan. Sear, not cook, just sear. Yeah. And if it's good to get some high fat ribs. Yeah. Render a lot of the fat out of the rib when you're searing it, and then take them out. Don't cook them all the way. Take them out, Then you make your sauce in that pot with all of that beautiful stuff on the bottom. I fry onion a little in it, and carrots. Carrots are my secret. I don't put sugar in my sauce. People should put sugar. That's disgusting. Carrots are the answer for not sugar, and it is a much better flavor, and you don't just taste sweetness in it. Anyway, get a nice fry on those until they start to change color and get a little softer, and you could deglaze the bottom of the pan again while you're doing that. Usually the just the water that's in the onions will do it for you, but you could put a little water in if you need to. Then you make your sauce. Then you add all the tomato sauce, and you get your sauce to the flavor that you want, add all your spices, get it up to a boil, and then you put the meat in and turn it down to a simmer and leave it in all day.
Wow.
Under the, so make sure all the meat is pushed under the sauce. It's all under it. The heat and the acid from the sauce will cook the meat, and it will be the tenderest, most juicy, flavorful ribs you've ever eaten, because they're fantastic.
I'm so hungry now.
I'm starving. That's it. I always see. But I also don't know how to cook for like 2 people. So like when I cook, it's like usually like the pot is like this fucking big, and we end up with like, you know, the Chinese food court containers of frozen. So I have like one of those like deep freezes in my garage. We got just before, like when COVID was hitting, and so we didn't have to go to the food store that much, and I freeze a lot of it in there because, and then whenever we want, I just go in and take it out. Yes, I know I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry. I love talking about. I'll talk about food all day. I used to be a fat, not that I'm not heavy, but I'm a fat guy at heart. Like people that are fat are okay with saying that they're fat, and I'm a fat guy at heart in that I love to eat, and I know how to eat. And whenever everyone's always like that didn't know me when I was like 400 pounds, because I used to be 400 pounds, are always surprised when I come up with these wacky fucking like different foods, or like, you know, like, oh yeah, I used to eat Oreos out of a bowl with milk in it, like just whole Oreos. Like, yeah, I was a fat guy. I used to do fat guy things. I can't do that anymore. I had gastric bypass surgery, which I openly talk about with everybody, because I think it's a great alternative. If, you know, I have all kinds of physical problems that inhibited me from exercising and made it harder. And like, I just kept getting injured, and it just, I kept gaining more weight. So yeah, I'm just glad I did it. Yay. I love it. There's a stand-up comedian I love that she has a joke. She's like, she starts off her bit with, "I'm fat," and everyone's like, "No, you're beautiful." And someone always will say it. Erin's reminding me that it's Wednesday again. And she'll be like, "Bitch, I didn't say I was ugly. I said I was fat." I was like, "You could be," she's like, "You could be fat and beautiful." Shit. And like, I always think about her when I don't even remember. She's like a small TikTok. I saw her on TikTok, but I follow her and I love her comedy. I love stand-up comedy too. I follow it like people follow sports. That's all right. Awesome. I am done now. We will go to bed. I love all you guys. The book club, we will have more information posted in the Drag Amount Patreon. If you're not already a member, like I said, you could sign up for free. And then at the very least, you can be up to date on all of the nonsense that we're doing in there, and possibly vote on our next, Erin and I's next holiday card. Just to remind everybody what this year's holiday card was. The patrons voted and they picked a Jurassic Park theme. So this was what we delivered to them. If you gave me your address, you will start getting them in the mail soon. They are a little late. I included a little note in there about our procrastinosaurus that kept us from finishing them. Okay, let's see how this goes. With that, I love all of you awesome nerds in chat. Thank you for hanging out with us for 3 hours until after midnight. I love all of you. Jen, I love your brain.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun to be here.
Are always welcome. I love talking to you. You always have, like, forget about the stories and the name drops. I don't even get like yes, that's cool. But I did this. I love your brain and I love talking to you. And if you are interested in Clone Wars, there are 22 episodes that you could sit on if you would like to sit on any of them. But we'll talk about that later.
Sounds great.
With that, I love all of you awesome nerds. So say goodnight, Jen.
Good night.